infrastructure is crumbling this evening as the Nintenbyte Podcast continues its unprecedented rise. In cities across the globe, fans are rioting. The Pentagon has issued a statement describing the Nintenbyte Podcast network as a pixel-based prophecy. Some say the rise was foretold, others say it's just a really good podcast. We're talking twisted nipples, milk, and a sock puppet who doesn't talk.
It's dangerous to go alone. Watch this.
Welcome to the Nintenbyte Podcast, bitch.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the greatest Nintendo podcast ever! Yeah!
Is that a Joy-Con in your pants, or are you just happy to see us?
Shut up! Now feel the power. Everyone, do you feel that?
Oh my god, I feel it!
I feel it too, Gamer. What is it?
It's the power of our podcast.
I feel it!
This is rad, Nintenbyte.
So rad.
Power. Now bask in their glory.
I'm Nintendo Brian. Oh baby.
I'm Thunderstash.
I'm Gamebird Classic.
Nintenbyte rules.
Let's rock.
Everyone, welcome to the Nintenbyte Podcast, Season 3, Episode 22. I think I labeled it all correctly this time.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to pay attention. This is Eric. Hey, you know you said Season 2 last week. Season 2. Shut up! I don't always remember. All right, try my best over here. Anyways, we got a nice little panel here for you today. Unfortunately, no Birdman. He had to go take flight to some other activities. Hope you're having fun, Birdman. Actually, I know you're having fun. I know what you're doing. It's real fun, let me tell you. That's all right. We have a stand-in. The stand-in, I've seen him change his background now like 5 times.
Had to get the right starter.
Yeah, the right starter. Sam Thorman, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Doing awesome. Good night.
Yeah, obviously, as everyone knows, we are, this podcast, as all of our Wednesday podcasts are when there's game launches, it's the eve of the launch of a new game. Some of you guys are already playing it. It's already out in parts of the world. It'll be out here in like an hour or so, a couple hours. Either way, point is that Legends EA is launching tomorrow. We're not going to really spend any time talking about Legends EA that much. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of leaks and the whole game's been out there, and we don't talk about that stuff once games leak. We are going to be talking about other Pokemon leaks, though. Lots and lots of Pokemon leaks we're going to get into. We're going to avoid, I would just say, like 90% of the spoilers, because we're not here to like spoil the games themselves. But we will talk about the existence of the games, the lineup of the games. We'll talk about a little bit of the details that are at least worth a discussion point. But for the most part, anything that's really the story or specific Pokemon that's in the game, so we're gonna leave all that stuff alone. That said, it's gonna be a fun show. We have some other topics as well that I haven't even glanced at, but Stash flushed them out in the documents. I have to go check what they are. I'm gonna fly by the seat of my pants. But yeah, it's gonna be a good show, guys. And let's go ahead and get to introducing everyone else. Oh, and if you guys are wondering, it's your first time ever watching our show. Hey, we're watching live. You said you're not talking about Legends ZA on the eve of ZA. What the hell? Because next week, that will be when we do our pseudo group discussion / review of Legends ZA. We always do that the week after the games come out because it gives us time to actually play them. Right? Like any conversation we have about ZA right now is irrelevant in like 2 hours. So let's wait a week where we actually get to play the dang thing and then we can talk about it. For those of us that choose to play it, of course. I think I'll be playing it. I've had some indications that Nintendo is sending me a code. But, I don't have it yet. So there's no guarantee of anything. I think Stash is going to be playing ZA, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I got to. It's an ode to...
Yeah. So Stash will be playing. Gamebird will be playing for sure. I think I'll be playing. Eric, are you going to be playing ZA?
I don't know yet.
Yeah, no, undecided. Okay.
I'm leaning towards yes, but...
Okay. Cool. Well, we're going to be talking about lots of Pokemon coming up. A smidge on ZA, mostly just, hey, the review scores. We'll talk about that for a moment. That said, let's go ahead and introduce everyone else. Eric, how's it going, man?
Good.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Like in the Halloween set now?
Yeah. It's kicking ass.
I love the Halloween set. I can't wait. It's always November. I don't know how to decorate between Halloween and the Christmas season. I'm like, what do I do? Just like capture a turkey and put it in a cage back here?
Yes.
Like that's Thanksgiving dinners. Right there. I don't want to tell you. Like, we're just keeping a turkey in my office. I never really know how to decorate it for that, but whatever. We'll figure it out. Then we got Thunderstash Gaming.
Yes, hi. As always, super busy. Lots going on. A lot of fun stuff, though, and just so many games that I'm playing right now. So many games that are releasing next week. Like, this is a light week. And to say that when something as big as Pokemon's coming out, like, we'll go over it a little bit later, but it is heavy. It's heavy duty, and I'm already getting some review codes for some of those games that are coming out next week. So even though this week seems lighter, it's really not, because I have those to play too.
Yeah. Yeah, well, for starters, very happy for you, Stash. I know that this whole getting games early has only been more of a recent thing. Very happy for you because it helps you be able to do your job.
Thanks, brother.
So
it really does. Yeah, to compete against big
I
outlets.
think it's early access to some games, but we'll see what happens over time. I'm not a game reviewer, so I totally understand if I don't get prioritized by these companies to get codes. That said, let's go ahead and get into our first topic. Normally we do topic roulette, guys, but today we're down the bird. So basically we just got a bunch of Pokemon stuff. Could argue it's multiple topics. And then we have some stuff from Stash as well, including, hey, Assassin's Creed Shadows. That's a thing that's supposedly happening, according to Bill Kunn. And he doesn't miss when it comes to like dates things are coming out at retail. And it's coming pretty soon. And then when we talk about what we've been playing lately as well, potentially a recurring segment. We had a brief discussion about it. The funny thing about that segment is I said, well, you can pretty much just mark Nintendo Prime and Eric off of that segment every week. Because most weeks it's going to be the exact same thing. Like right now, when we talk about what have we been playing lately? Donkey Kong. That's all I got.
I don't think I've played my Switch in 2.5 weeks.
And what's the last thing? Donkey Kong. See what I'm saying? That nothing really changed. Although next week it'll be, well, what are you playing this week? Oh, geez, EA?
Yeah.
Because we're talking about it this week.
Yeah, great.
Like, it's kind of predictable for me, but that's only because my gaming time is very limited. So when I do game, I usually slam a whole bunch, or I just play one game slowly every week, which is what I've been doing since DK came out. One game slowly every week. Almost done with it. I wanted to have it beat before Pokemon, but that didn't happen. I probably could slam through and beat it tomorrow. I'm to the point that I can end it tomorrow if I wanted, but we'll see. I might do a launch stream for ZA if I get a code. I don't know what's happening tomorrow, guys. All I know is I wanted to get a video out today and it didn't happen. But what is happening is lots of other Pokemon stuff. We talked about a lot of leaks on my channel. First though, how about just briefly on Legends ZA? We'll just briefly touch upon it. I got an 81 on Metacritic, and that makes it the second highest rated game in the mainline Pokemon series on the Nintendo Switch. The highest rated one is actually Legends Arceus at an 83. So the Legends games are leading the way with being the higher rated Pokemon game. Scarlet and Violet, for those who just want to know, that got like a 72. And I think Sword and Shield got like an 80, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's interesting. The Legends games are kind of leading the way with the critics, at least. And I actually kind of think, well, we don't have obviously a lot of fan feedback yet for ZA because they play tomorrow. So we'll know quickly if people like the game or not. We know with Legends Arceus, at least, fan sentiment around that game seemed to be, damn, this is awesome. And that's not the sentiment we get about the other Pokemon games. So what do you guys think? Do you think that, obviously don't have all the play experience, so we can't talk about if the reviews are fair or not, but like, what's your sentiment right now before we get to the next show? Like on ZA at this moment, heading into launch, how are we feeling about it? Eric?
Yeah. I mean, the tiny bit we played at PAX, I enjoyed it. Again, I'm not the biggest Pokemon person at all. I pretty much gave up after Gen 1. But yeah, no, this one was, it definitely had some intrigue to see what else was available in the game, to probably having me leaning towards actually picking it up. To whether I finish it or not is probably a completely different story, but to at least see what else there was in this game is kind of where I'm leaning right now.
Okay, Sandstorm.
So I am excited for this game. What's funny is, man, so I don't know if I've turned this into like a habitual thing, or if I'm just like one of the smoothest people I know. But I know next to nothing about like any of the leaks or anything that they've shown off. Like I know nothing. So like somebody could tell me something today and be like, "Yeah, you didn't hear about that?" Like it's everywhere, and I'm like, I have no clue what you're talking about. So like with that being said, like picking it up tomorrow, like obviously on Saturday we'll be doing our genuine thoughts of the game, but yeah, man, I'm really excited to pick it up. Everything that I've seen up until this point from Nintendo has looked clean. It makes me really wonder, because like this, and I think what's the other one that's coming? Champions, is that the one? The Pokemon Stadium for everybody, the Xbox Pokemon Stadium, if you will. That, like, I think these both are going to be mega titles. And I know we said that about Legends originally with the the mechanics and everything, and obviously they've branched out from that, and this is a multiplayer game on top of that. So I think that multiplayer is going to find its own home, and expect that this gets branched off into something bigger, at least that style. I don't know about like Pokemon ZA2 or Pokemon ZA3, but expect that style of fighting to like become its own thing within the Pokemon community, because I really have a good feeling that it's going to be something big.
All right. Stash.
Yeah, so saw some of the review scores, didn't read any of the reviews. I don't read any reviews before I play a game.
Well, and
Obviously.
you're a game reviewer as well. You don't want the review to sway you.
Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, I see some Twitter posts, obviously with review scores, Metacritic. I see that stuff, but I don't click or read anything. However, yes, I am aware that as far as historical review scores, it's higher than the other Pokemon games, which, that's great. But look, I played the game. You guys played the game. I played it a few times. I loved it. You know what I mean? Like, ever since I played it, I've been looking forward to picking it up and really spending some quality time with it. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like, yeah, I'm happy that the review scores are pretty good. Really good in the sense of the Pokemon historicals. But again, I don't put a ton of stock into some of this stuff either. There's certain review outlets that I can expect kind of like a stupid score from, like something to make themselves stand out, right? So we talk
that
about
be?
them,
Who could
right?
that
Yeah,
be?
Basically they just work the algorithm in a pretty
I know
slimy
not what
way.
you think.
Yeah, and so they'll like purposely give good games lower scores and they'll give controversial games like higher scores so they stick
Mm.
out in the algorithm. They're very good at doing that. I will give them that. So when I see stuff like that happen, and when I see some of like their sister sites that they also own doing the same shit but with a different game, because like they all kind of take turns being like the controversial reviewer. It's like I see what you guys are doing. So it's hard for me to just put a lot of stock in that Metacritic number, which is why I don't give review scores on my channel. Because honestly, I think a number devalues a game. And I
Mhm.
think a lot of people will, search for what games they're going to play and they'll just look for the 9s and 10s. Everything else is filtered out. And I don't think that's fair. So that's how I look at all of this. This is
Do you know
where
why
I
people
stand.
do that?
Time.
Yep. Yeah, people don't
Yeah.
have a lot of time. So they're just looking
Yeah.
for something they know that they'll probably like because
Mhm.
we find
I
that
know.
amount of time. People don't want to waste their time. So like the thing is the scores are always going to exist. It's always going to be a thing. Obviously it being an 81, like I think any game that scores in the 80s, just from my experience, tends to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah, there's obviously you rank anything you want from the 80s all the way up to the high 90s, but I mean, look, anything in the 80s, I mean, you got to think about it like a grade scale. It's a B average. It's going to be pretty good. You might even think it's excellent. There are obviously things that score in the 7s and 6s I find to be good as well, but a lot of that's going to really depend on taste. This is still just one of those things where I mean, I think about with review scores that there's too much emphasis put on them, but also there's not really a good replacement for consumers to have a easy to just quickly get a general consensus from a large number of people to help them make a purchasing decision when they pay. The whole reason they're glancing at the scores is they ain't got time to read those reviews. They ain't got time to watch the videos. They barely got time to game. They're buying. We just saw the stats come out, right? Most people aren't even buying a game a year in the US that play games. Like something like 4%.
Where'd that come from?
I don't even know. I don't even remember.
Did they take data or did they poll people?
I think they polled people, if I remember right. I have to look up where those stats came from, to be honest. It's a good question.
Yeah, because I put more stock, obviously, in something if they didn't poll the people and they actually somehow got hard numbers on that, because polling people is only does so much. I mean, you didn't poll me.
That's not the one. No.
You know what I mean? Like, who's polled?
That 4%, I'll tell you that right now.
Did any of us get polled?
The 4, you would have been definitely part of the 4%. I'm curious, like, if they got the data from like if they got it from like Circana. Okay. Because they might have access. They have access to retail sales data. They also have access to some companies like digital data, which means they could have access to data of potentially like amount of games played per user on a given account system. I'm kind of curious where the information came from. And again, of course, because I want to find it while I'm live, I'm not finding it.
Of course.
That's about how things go.
Eric, why don't you Google around, try to find some story. It's a story about the percentage of people that buy games in the United States every year. It's a recent story, but I can't remember where it came from. Anyways, I brought it up not because like people aren't buying games. Obviously, the video game industry wouldn't exist if people weren't buying games. And on top of that, even in that thing, they made note that like just because people are buying games doesn't mean they're not spending money on games every year. Reality is there's been a huge shift towards free to play, which means there's a huge shift towards microtransactions and people playing on their phones and stuff like that. So people are usually still spending money on games every year, just not in the way that we used to, where it was always you had to go buy a full copy of a game for $70, $60. take it home, play it.
Are you
I'm-
talking about the Vice
Sure, might be it.
one, or I mean,
They're-
there's
they're all the-
GameSpot.
They're all the same story. We just got to
Yeah.
find out where the information came from. So none of those places are going to be the original source. It's going to be all from somewhere. Is it from MPD?
Matt Piscatella on Blue Sky.
Okay, so that's MPD or Circana. The data that makes sense. Circana is like the one place that would have objective data to even compile to do that. So okay, so that makes sense. It came from Circana. So I bring this up because, like, you know, I even like Amazon reviews, as much as I know how useless they are because of all the fake reviews, I still glance at it when I'm making purchases.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
I know in the back of my mind that, like, just because it says 4.5 stars doesn't mean it's really 4.5 stars. And so I will, especially if it's something that's like $50 or more, I'll go down to the reviews and I'll sort them to the worst.
That's what I do.
So I can read them. Like,
Every time.
Yeah.
sometimes what they're complaining about is like, okay, you're just fucking stupid.
Right.
This is why I sorted to the ones. I'm like, because if it's a tech issue, it's you. Okay.
Yeah.
And that means I'm gonna have no problem with it. And you should have never reviewed this a one. But you did. You have the power to do so, right?
Yeah.
Anyone can wield the power to review anything, right?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. There was like a grill scraper that I was looking at buying, and all, dude, from my experience, most grill scrapers suck ass anyways. But this person gave it like a half star because he said the handle broke, and I was like, oh yeah, you don't want a handle that breaks. So how did it break? He's like, well, I couldn't find my crowbar, so I needed to use something to wedge open my door, and it snapped. I'm like, dude, it's a wood fucking handle.
That
what the fuck? What's even a review of the product?
yeah, no.
Sorry,
Right.
the way it's not meant to be used, and it
the way
broke.
it's supposed to be used.
I don't know what was scraped. Like, when I hear a handle broke and that's why you gave it a half star on something that I'm using on a hot grill, yeah, I want to know about that so I don't burn my hands. Oh no, it's because you tried using it as a crowbar. You dumbass.
Yeah.
Right.
Unbelievable, dude.
Dude. So, like, some of the reviews make me laugh, but the reason that I always do that is because I'm not saying that the people that are giving it like 1 stars are always the most honest, but usually you could find in the 3s, 2s, and 1s people talking about the actual product and actually using it in the way I would, and you know, its actual effectiveness at it. I don't spend forever digging into it unless it's like, you know, if it's like $1,000 and up product, like, yeah, I'm gonna take my time because I want to make sure before I pull that trigger. But if it's like, you know, $100 product, yeah, I'll spend a few minutes kind of glancing at the reviews. But yeah, even like subconsciously, I see the 4.5 stars. If I see it's like 30,000 people gave it 4.5 stars, in the back of your mind, you're like, this is probably a safe product to buy.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, I'll admit, most of the things I buy off Amazon, I'm perfectly satisfied with. They do what they said they'll do. And maybe that's just because I'm a more informed consumer that stays away from the obvious scams. But cool. Like, so it has, I guess, a function to me. But it's kind of interesting because sometimes in the back of my mind, if I'm looking for like a specific product and I see and everything's like 3.5 stars, I'm like, oh, this product sucks. I didn't even bother to check the reviews. I didn't even click on the product to open and look at the reviews. And that's weird.
Yeah,
to me.
your mind filters it out automatically.
Yeah,
Which
because it
is what
wasn't
happens
4.5.
with game review scores.
That happens with game review scores. So it is frustrating, I'm sure, especially for indie studios, even some of these AAA ones that, you know, pour their heart into a game and then, oh, it didn't review well because it didn't have the best music or.
Mm-hmm.
Well, especially when the reviewer clearly doesn't understand the game, like what they're trying to achieve, or maybe they hate platformers and they were assigned to review this platformer, right? Or they were assigned to review this Souls-like game, but they're admittedly not good at video games, and they'll tell you they're not good. And they assign them a project that does not play to any sort of strength. It's actually quite the opposite in that I hate these kind of games. So if you're a manager and you're assigning this project to someone to review, and you know that they're not good at video games at all, but maybe they're a great personality, you know, they have other great things about them, but you assign them the new Souls game or the new Elden Ring on Switch 2, and then they give it a crap score because it's too hard. And so they didn't enjoy anything because they couldn't even get far.
Yeah.
So what are we doing here? We're setting you up for failure, and we're setting
Yeah.
other people up for it too.
And the
I
weird
also
thing
think-
is, yeah, go ahead and say it.
I was gonna say, I also think that one thing, I know it can't happen, and it's really unfortunate that it doesn't, but I also think that, like, depending on who the reviewer is, I really wish they would get the game like well ahead of time. You know what I mean? Like well ahead of time, because I think another factor that plays in it is these guys have a time limit to how long they can play a game, get it done, get it reviewed, get all the answers, all the questions answered and everything. And that's gotta cause some level of stress, right? Like I play video games to just chill,
Oh, yeah.
like enjoy my time. But if somebody was like, yo, bro, I need you to come up with why Breath of the Wild or why Tears of the Kingdom is good or not good, and I need you to do that in a week, I'm gonna be like, ugh. And probably won't beat the game, probably won't do all the side quests, probably won't find all the secret stuff or the little Easter eggs that are thrown in there. And I'm gonna be
Mhm.
like, this game could have been so much better if it had this, this, and this. And then later, when other people play it, they're like,
Yeah.
"Did you even play the game?" So it's like,
I see that all the time, man. And it's frustrating
yeah,
because
it's like,
you lose credibility immediately with me if I beat the game. It's like, whoa, we didn't play the same game, did we?
right,
You know, like that's kind of important. It's like doing a report on a book, and you can tell that you didn't read the book. Okay, you got cliff notes somewhere, and so this
Yeah.
sucks. Like,
Yeah. So I get why consumers put a lot of faith in numbers, and for the most part, obviously, if it serves them, right? If you only play games that are rated 9 and above, and you've been extremely happy with all the games you played that you bought at that point, you don't really have a reason to change. Just like if you only buy 4.5-star rated products on Amazon, you've always been happy with it. Why would you change how you look at things? So it is interesting because it obviously creates a market that's hard, especially for games that don't have a marketing budget. Like Pokemon, you guys can obviously tell it doesn't really matter where it gets rated. Pokemon sells, right? Like this could have been rated a 72, like Scarlet and Violet. How many copies Scarlet and Violet sell? Like 25 million?
yep.
yeah,
So like some things are just irrelevant to reviews. And Pokemon's one of it, where the reviews probably don't matter as much for the game's success as it would for, let's say Silk Song. Even though that was going to sell a lot of copies, what if it was a 70 and not in the 90s? That actually could have legitimately stopped people from buying it.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
something must be massively wrong with this game.
oh yeah,
They're rated so much lower than the prior one. That doesn't even make sense. So yeah, usually at that point you just look for reviews for red flags. Like if a Pokemon game's rated in the 60s, maybe it makes you go pause and go, wait a second, why? What's
Mhm,
wrong with this one?
mhm.
I expect 70s, 60. What happened? So yeah, look, review scores are what they are. People are always going to value them to a point. And I always tell people, like, my advice, like with reviews, is find a reviewer who's, when you read or watch the reviews, that their taste in games and the way they play them kind of matches yours. That gives you a much better vibe than like even, let me just go look at what Metacritic said. I'm like, yeah, but all these people might not even like the same games
Yeah.
you do or play the same things you do.
This is the best advice you can give anyone. Like, this is quite literally why I actually review games, is because I believe in exactly what you just said. Find somebody that you can trust and that your tastes line up with them, and that any game they've recommended and you've played has turned out to be great. That's all you can ask for, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as they start recommending games that suck, then that's when you have to reevaluate things. Like, oh, maybe I need to look elsewhere. Maybe I
Yeah.
need to get some second opinions now.
Yeah. I think also with that said, like, so I do have my like normal pick, and actually, ironically, it's it's like it's you guys, the guys on my channel, and the guys on the Winging It podcast. Like my box of who I trust with certain things, I think has like really gotten smaller over the years. Not necessarily because I don't like the people reviewing them. They always seem to, and anybody's entitled to, like, obviously review a game bad if they really honestly don't like it. But you start to see a trend in them. You know what I mean? Like, okay,
Yes.
this is what's really getting me numbers. This is what's really kind of shaking up my channel and everything. Is getting people talking. And it's just like,
Well, it's like the
yeah,
Nintendo negativity, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's what the algorithm is, right? And like I've talked to you guys about it. I don't care. If I cared about the algorithm, I wouldn't review indie games. I wouldn't
Hmm.
review these games that nobody knows about, right? Because I would have to probably be a significantly bigger channel to really make a difference for
Yeah.
that indie title and for people to go out and watch the game. I mean, obviously, I had one do really well, Nate. The
Well,
tiny
then,
the
I mean,
tiny Thor review.
and you're kind of growing kind of quick. So I'm just saying you might actually get there one day.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
might, but I've been doing it since the beginning, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When
It's not in addition to. It's like, no, I've always been this way.
yeah, I've always reviewed indie games and try to put a spotlight on games that I know people are not going to play because the big outlets won't talk about these games.
Hmm.
They'll never even hit their doorstep, and these reviewers are so busy. Maybe, or maybe they're not efficient with their time. I don't know what it is. I'm not
They're
inside. I'm
they're
not
also not
inside those
probably.
walls.
Yeah, they're probably just not reviewing games too. They have another whole nother job they're doing on top.
Yeah, I'm not inside the walls of IGN. I don't. I'm not going to pretend to know how it works in that sense. But they're not out there probably doing their research based on the things that I've heard on podcasts when they're
Hmm.
consistently getting uh, things wrong that they shouldn't. Consistently don't have the correct information.
Yeah.
I feel like they're not out there like looking for what the upcoming games are going to be unless it's a project assigned to them. Unless they're assigned, hey, we need you to make the 20 most anticipated Switch 2 games for 2026 video. We want you to start working on it right now. Then they'll know. They'll know 20 or 30 games.
Hmm.
But that's it. And they're only doing it if they're assigned that, not like actually out there looking for what could be the next big game. What game looks really cool, but you just know gut feeling that nobody's going to pay any attention to this game. No one even knows it's coming out. Like I always have a list of games like that I know nobody probably knows about. That's what
Yeah,
makes it fun too, right?
yeah.
Especially in the world now, because when we were growing up, when we were going to Blockbuster Video, going to the local
Hmm.
rental store, way different then, right?
Yeah.
Like you had
Mhm.
plenty of games like that were, hidden gems. Nowadays, everyone's got a marketing team. Even in indie games, they have a marketing team, right?
Mhm.
So to find them now does a lot. I will say this though, when it comes to reviews, I really like Google reviews, and I've mentioned this before.
Yeah.
Like if you take the time to review a game on Google, you have strong feelings, one way or the other. Why are you doing this?
Right.
Why are you taking the time to do this unless you have strong feelings in one direction or the other? However, if you're trying to buy a game on day one, there aren't going to be any Google reviews because no one's played it yet.
Hmm.
And then we get into the whole access media stuff and getting the early review code stuff. It's a whole nother thing.
Yeah. So there was a couple super chats I wanted to get that was related to ZA before we move on to the rest of the actual like huge Pokemon leagues, because there's a bunch of stuff. First off, the original Radical Jimsa says, "Hi, how about we talk about Pokemon Horizons? Rising Hope is arriving on Netflix in January 2026, which that's a thing that is coming. Yep. I don't know what you want me to say about it. I don't really watch this stuff anymore. Anyone else around here watch any of the
Pokemon
shows anymore?
Horizons.
No.
Is that a movie? I'm guessing.
Um,
if it's a
it
show
might
or
be a
is it
show or a
movie.
movie. I don't know because I don't really watch stuff anymore.
Oh, I will I watch it? No, after Ash finally won the championship, be dead serious. Like my viewing of Pokemon has plummeted to a zero. Like I think me and baby Sandstorm, my daughter, watched like 3 episodes of the new one, and it just like they didn't even have the same Pikachu. You know what I mean? Like it didn't hit the same. And I was so excited for that generation because it has the the two Mega Man characters, they're Mega Man or Kingdom Hearts characters to me. Um uh not Cerule Edge. I'm trying to think of it. It's the ghost slash fire Pokemon that has the 2 swords, or he's like, if you get the other one, he's like, I think he's like Ghost and Rock or something like that. But yeah, I was super excited. And after playing Scarlet and Violet, I'm like, man, this season's going to be insane. And yeah, Ash finally won after 26 years of being 14. And the new characters didn't hit like like he did. So it was just like, eh. So I say all that to say Pokemon Horizons, I'd have to see a trailer, but chances are probably not. H-Mon also said Cornish Sears. Yeah. I've seen the trailer on that, and that's like all the like stop motion with the like cottony looking Pokemon and all that. Nah, definitely not. Definitely not my thing. Nah, I'll pass on that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, a little too I'm not even gonna say too cutesy for me. It's just it looks weird. Like that's the best way I can say it. It looks weird. There's no fighting, there's no battling. It's all about, Pokemon and massages, which is already weird to me. I'm not down for it. I'm not down for it. Yeah, I ain't down for it. I don't get down like that.
You sure?
Yeah.
You don't want your
No.
Pokemon massages?
No, I don't even take I think that was even like in the game, one of the games or a few of the games where you like go in, your Pokemon gets rubbed down, and I'm like, you are not about to rub down my yeah.
That's the best. That's how we do it around here.
Yeah, and then they get like a experience increase or like a level up or something. I'm like, nah, can't do it. You're not about to molest my Pokemon. Not happening.
No.
The only person that gets to molest my Pokemon is me. Wait a minute.
Me, you're right.
Me
Get back in that ball.
No,
Right?
I haven't caught any Pokemon cartoon since the days of Ash and Team Rocket. Literally, I probably haven't seen one since, I don't know, maybe 2000.
That's a long time.
99.
I'm not even gonna hold you up. There are some fire battles. Like even after that, there are some fire battles, and it to a point. I think it may have been X and Y. To me, that was like the pinnacle for the time. Because Sun and Moon, it looked ugly. I think it looked really ugly.
Damn.
But X and Y though, with the mega evolutions included.
Well, I played the games.
Oh, the
Of
show.
course.
The
Yeah, I'm
show.
talking about the cartoon. I haven't watched the cartoon since then, but I've played
I
all the games.
highly recommend watching Pokemon X and Y. That's
Okay.
especially with Ash Greninja. That's way up there. That's way up there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check that out. Obviously the intro song to me is absolutely goated.
Oh yeah.
It's so
Oh, yeah.
good. It's so good. Like I won't go into detail, but the song was getting shared around the internet, the social media circles
Mm.
a couple weeks ago. government posted something, using the song.
Right.
We're aware of that.
Yeah. Okay. So point
Yeah.
is, the song's been stuck in my head ever since. I was like, God, this song's so good though. Like it's still so good. So does Pokemon Legends ZA live up to the hype? That was the other question. It's tough to say. I think it will for me, but at the same time, I think people are already hung up on the fact that it's a city. Like so many people have tempered their excitement because they want to go out of the city,
Mhm.
yet they haven't spent any time in the city because they haven't even played the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like, what picture has been painted here
Yeah.
from the people who've played the game and have given impressions, right? What
Mhm.
kind of picture was painted? Because whatever picture it is, now people are pretty divided on the fact that you're in a city and you're not going outside of the city.
You know what's so interesting about that? And this is actually I'm not going to get too far off base with the topic in itself. But I think that so for me personally, right? I haven't played the game, but I know the city is like this, obviously it has much more detail than the original X and Y on how big the city is, right? And I've always looked at most games, including especially Pokemon games, when you go into these cities, a lot of the cities are really, really small. Like you walk in, you walk out, 5 seconds. Little sillies. But I always think of them in like a geographical kind of state. Like they only show you like important or like key marked locations within a city, but you have to imagine that the city is much bigger than what it is. Especially when you watch even the original Pokemon, right? Like Pewter City is way bigger than what they showed off in the Game Boy
Yeah.
because they can't fit everything into that game, right? And that's how I think of ZA is like the original X and Y's city is as big as what ZA or maybe a tad bit smaller, let's say, because they've done some renovations, all this other stuff. That's how I think of it. And in that same point, like I said, not going too far off, that's how I think of Grand Theft Auto, right? Like Grand Theft Auto 5 is literally San Andreas, but all they did was squeeze all of the other islands together to make just one big island. But it's not like the world is any actually bigger, though they tell you it is. It's not really. It's
Yeah.
just more detailed at that point, right? So when you think of it in that way, when you're talking about ZA and you're like, oh, I want to go outside because there's got to be so much more to do. And they're like, well, wait a minute. Like, we're actually giving you the detailed version of this world. We're actually showing you what really goes on to this world. It's like, take your time, sit back, just actually like enjoy it for what it is. Do you always need to go to a different place and go to a different location in Pokemon? No, like all this can be done obviously in this big old city. And I'm still feeling like there's that one more thing. So, just
No, I
wait.
agree with you. It's like these expectations, I think that people have, and earlier today I was replying to comments on my Mario Galaxy review. Okay, and someone had mentioned that I don't play games with motion controls. He said, "Can you play without using motion controls?" And that's the reason why Mario Odyssey will always be better. That was their comment. And so I said, you can definitely play it without relying heavily on motion controls, especially with the Pro controller. All you have to do is aim to collect the star bits. And I said, you're literally barely moving, right? You're not like waving your arms out in front of you like the Wii days. And I said, look, I've always loved both games. And even though I was personally never a huge fan of motion controls, I trust a Nintendo to make it fun. And they did. Just like they pulled it off with The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass on DS. I wasn't thrilled with the idea of using the stylus for movement, but I trusted them to make it work. I bought the game. I don't care about the reviews. I trust you guys. I bought it and they nailed it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it all comes down to, like expectations. And if you actually like have some faith in the company and trust. Like I look at all the games I bought over the years from certain companies, and there are companies out there that have like legit, I would have to think very long and hard on if they ever let me down with any of the games I bought. But you go into it thinking like, oh, I'm not going to like this because I'm controlling Link with a touchpad and a stylus. We've never done that before.
Right.
Why are we doing this now? Why can't you do this with another game or with a different Nintendo IP? Why does it have to be Zelda? You know, and why do we have to have motion controls in Mario Galaxy? It's like, you know what? Maybe just trust them. Give it a chance and you'll see that it works, okay? But again, this falls into that category. There's a lot of stuff that does.
Cool. As for it living up to the hype, sure. I don't know. If you think it's going to be good, it's probably going to be good. If you think it's going to suck, probably going to suck. So whatever your hype level is, I think it'll match. A couple of ZA ones we had here, just to kind of get through these. Shiny Metroid Trainer said, I'm out eating at a restaurant next to my GameStop, waiting until 11 p.m. to pick up Legend ZA.
Very nice.
Hell yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah, shout out to GameStop. When I saw they were doing a midnight launch, I was like,
Yeah.
I like that you're still like, I like that you're bringing this back. This is really cool. I appreciate it.
Yep. Demonic Brawler then said, I think Pokemon Legends ZA online multiplayer battling mode will be the best feature this game is bringing to the table. I can see players spending hundreds of hours without even realizing it. Sure. Especially because they have like a 4-player aspect that they've never really had before. I think that's really cool. And look, just from what we experienced at PAX West playing ZA, the battle and stuff is really good. Makes a lot of sense. Zoo, aka Switch After Dark. I just hope they remember to give buildings interiors this time. Strange thing to forget about, I tell you.
Oh gosh.
Did you guys see the name of Beat 'em Up's live stream today when he was streaming ZA?
Mm-mm.
Like, come check out the windows in Legend ZA
Nice.
with me because
Nice.
he's the one who got blasted for saying all the windows are flat. Oh, it's good
At
stuff.
least he's leaning into it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got
You got to have a
You gotta-
personality with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm only going to show this $20 one now because I did tell my chat that I would do shots for anything that's $20 and up. So I just want to show this one quick from Zoo. It's not really ZA related, but so battery lasts 2 hours and 34 minutes. It's $1,000, reasonably priced, not as beautiful as Lenovo Legion Go 2 screen. No exclusive games. Best hybrid on the market right now. 9 out of 10. Okay, IGN. Guess this goes to the review point we were talking about, but yeah, they're talking about the ROG Ally X Xbox thing. $1,000. I got a 9 out of 10. Switch to was 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they gave Switch 2 a 7 out of 10. And the reason they got a 7 was the price. It cost too much. Yet we're going to give the Xbox a 9 out of 10 and it's double the price.
Doesn't come with a game.
Make it make sense, bro.
It's like Switch 2. See, for
Right.
$500, you get a game packed in.
Right.
It's just
And
like,
an exclusive game at that.
it was just
Anyways,
like last week. Ukulele. The Ukulele got a 7 out of 10. They reviewed the Ukulele, said it's better than the original game, and gave it a 5 out of 10.
Wow.
Make it make sense.
Yeah.
Like that's stupidity at its
Yeah.
finest.
Very, very dumb. I'll get that shot poured for Zoo here in a moment. Let's kind of move forward now beyond ZA. Because we actually have had a bunch of actual like leaks going on. All this stuff comes from the Terra leaks. For those who don't know what that is, it is something that happened last year. It's been confirmed by Pokemon Company, Nintendo. a huge hack. A whole bunch of information got out, including personal information, which is not part of these leaks right now, but were leaked last year. That said, we now have a roadmap for everything planned for mainline Pokemon stuff all the way through 2030.
Nice.
And like one of the things that we'll touch upon, and we'll probably spend a little bit of time talking about, is Generation 10. That's supposedly the game's coming next year. It's notable that any information that's leaked out there for Gen 10, this stuff is like years old information. So we can't be sure that any of this is even accurate to what the game's going to be. So just keep this in mind when we talk about the stuff that has leaked out there, because again, none of this might actually be in the final game. As an example, it being called Wind and Waves. Okay. Cool. Like, sounds like something Pokemon would do, right? So like, cool.
I actually kind of like the name.
And those might not even be the names, right? Like those might not even be the names. And we're not going to get into specifics on the Pokemon or the island stuff and all that. We'll leave that to be. If you guys want to dig deeper into stuff, Central Leaks over on X has like all the information. But it says, there's other stuff going on as well. So they knew obviously about Gen 10. We've known for a while because of the Terra Leak, because again, this happened last year. Gen 10's coming in 2026. But we now know it's going to have DLC in 2027, which I don't think we were surprised about. That also tells me that they're planning for it to be a late 2026 release. So probably the same timing as like this one, October, November next year. There's also a new Pokemon Legends game in the work called Galar. So nice to know they're planning more Pokemon Legends, basically. You don't know anything else about it. Supposedly in 2027 or beyond. There is a multi-region remake. So it's like 4 different regions that's happening in 2028 or beyond. But it's weird to call it a remake because its actual code name is Seed, and apparently it's an MMO. So that's not a remake because we've never had a Pokemon MMO before.
Right.
But I guess it's a remake in the sense that it's bringing 4 different eras of Pokemon together. I don't know, but that's pretty wild. Like, if that's a real thing, and that's still. And by the way, according to Necro Felipe Lima, who reached out to his sources, that game is still in development, so it's not a canceled project. So that's really crazy. And then Generation 11 feels weird talking about that before we even get Gen 10 revealed.
Right.
That's the one supposedly planned for 2030. We also learned things like Legends EA was supposed to come out last year, not this year. Blah 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 blah. And Gen 10 was supposed to be this year, but things got all pushed back for various reasons. So what do you guys think about that roadmap? Because I'll just throw this out here very quickly on my end. I actually love roadmaps. Like when Marvel does it for all the upcoming movies and shows, now that we have it for this, although this roadmap was supposed to be internal and never be public, it's public now. I like roadmaps because it sets expectations. Like when people talk about, we get overhyped for this, or you don't have to get overhyped. We know generally now when the next big Pokemon games are all coming. So we know what to expect, at least for when we should expect things to be announced and shown off and released. But we don't know all the specific details, which is really good that we don't. But I like roadmaps. Like if they told me what the roadmap plan for Zelda was for the next 5 years, they're like, hey, we're going to do like a remaster this year, a remake this year. They don't tell us what it is. Just a remaster this year, a remake this year, a new Warriors game this year. This is when the big 3D ones. This is when we're planning to do a top down. But they don't really give us real info. It's just a roadmap of what to expect. I would fucking love that. So that's basically what we got here from Pokemon with this leak, is a huge roadmap for what's happening over the next 5 years, 6 years. So what do you guys think? Let's sort the stash right away. What are you thinking, bud?
Yeah, so I think the roadmap is actually really cool. Obviously unfortunate that it got leaked out for Nintendo, Game Freak, that it's public knowledge. That sucks. Leaks are always tough for the company. But with that said, as a fan, right? This is really cool to see because I like the direction a lot. And I didn't look at anything else outside of what I saw you post, Nate, like your tweet. And it
Yeah,
seems like a
it's
lot of
pretty-
stuff probably got taken down, right?
Oh yeah.
Already?
So there was a whole bunch of images that leaked. Like videos and all this stuff. Like there's actually like videos of Generation 10 in action. All that stuff got nuked by Nintendo.
Yeah. And I was at the wedding.
Not all of it.
all
Sorry.
all
one
weekend.
The one image I'm going to show later is not nuked by Nintendo. And I think I know why. But yeah,
Yeah,
Nintendo
so I missed
and the Pokemon
everything.
company.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I did because I don't like
Mhm.
spoilers. However, based on the limited information that I know, I haven't seeked any additional information you
no.
post and what's obviously in our notes.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, this looks really cool. I like the direction. Obviously, with Gen 10, next year is the 30th, so we were expecting. Next year is a significant anniversary for Pokemon, for Zelda, Metroid,
Metroid. Yeah.
several IPs.
Metroid always gets forgotten, sadly.
I know.
I
know,
get it.
but-
Zelda's the bigger anniversary and it's the same company.
Yeah,
There's
there's several.
Nice. A tweet.
Yeah,
Maybe a
not
Lego
just with Nintendo. A lot of big name games are having their 40th anniversary next year. So a lot. 86 was a big one. 87 is going to be a big one too. But yeah, so it should be fun to see what's on the horizon, right? Because again, I think there's a lot of IP that people aren't even thinking about. But to stay on topic, I'm really excited for all of this. I really am.
Dude,
And again, I like
Castlevania's 40th next
roadmaps,
year?
bro. Yeah, that's actually one I was referring to.
Damn.
And I've been talking about that.
It's Kid Icarus too.
I know, dude. I have a
Mm.
list.
Yeah, I got they have a list for it right on Wikipedia. So the Dragon Ball games hitting the 40th, Dragon Quest,
Mm-hmm.
Bubble Bobble,
Which,
Hits
of course, we're
40th.
getting that in December.
Might and Magic. Oh, I forgot about that series. It's 40
Double
years.
Dragon comes out in 8 days. Their
Yeah.
anniversary. Lots of anniversaries coming up. Yeah, lots, man. Lots of stuff I grew up
Yeah.
with. So this is exciting for me.
Rampage. Love Rampage. All right. Yeah, folks. For those on my side, we are streaking. That's why the beer is out. I'll chug it at some point. Cool. Let's go to Eric. What are you thinking about this roadmap of games?
It's ambitious, and I hope they can put out good games with it, because we all know with Game Freak and the Pokemon Company, sometimes the polish isn't there. And when I mean sometimes, I mean pretty much all the time. But I like kind of having, like you said, I like having an idea of what's coming next. I still like having maybe small gaps in it where we don't know, and then all of a sudden you get just hit by this left field. Wait a minute, where the hell did that come from? That wasn't part of the roadmap. Wait a minute, I like this, but it's just knowing kind of the direction that they're going and when to kind of expect some games. It's nice. You don't have to worry about it. Are we not getting something this year? Are we, what are we expecting? It's nice to be able to temper your expectations and stuff like that, get hyped, things like that. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. It's nice to see it. I'm hoping that there's some things that weren't quite leaked, that or Pokemon or that Nintendo comes up with to surprise the hell out of everyone. But there'll
always be some stuff.
Mhm.
Like anything that they have being made by third-party companies, like any side games. None of that's going to be in here. So and even then, the stuff that did leak, some of the stuff like that, like the MMORPG one, has so few details that it's kind of like, okay, we just know it's a thing that's being worked on, but we don't really know, intimate details about it. So, which is good. Obviously, it'll be disappointing if it ever gets canceled and isn't announced. But to me, that's one of the most exciting things. Is wait a second, Pokemon MMO, that actually makes a lot of sense.
That's the only other thing that kind
Like-
of sucks for these companies, though. They're working on these things, and it was never like, let's say they could have just quietly canceled it behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's
Well, it
what
was never
sucks.
known, so you can't just now quietly kill it behind the scenes if you want to or need to. It's now that it's kind of quote unquote known about.
I mean,
that
they
part
still
kind of
can, they
sucks.
still can, but it's just
Yeah.
a letdown then because
Yeah.
now all these games you just expect them to come out now.
Mhm.
Now, yeah, I think Generation 10 and 11 that's like a shoe in.
Well,
Those are
right.
going to happen. Pokemon's
Right.
not dying, but
Right.
the MMO one, I think that that's not it's an active development, but that might get canned.
Mhm.
And MMO is very ambitious. It's something Nintendo has never dabbled in. And it'll be interesting if they decide to launch an MMO. And the thing is, would it be mainline? If it's mainline, then it's probably only on Switch 2. If it's not, and it's more of a spin-off, then it's on Switch 2. It's on your phone. It's on PC. So, and that would be better for the popularity of it to hit it on PC would be huge. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see when it comes to that. And yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about Gen 10 because we have a couple more things. So I'm going to hold off what I have to say on Gen 10 because again, we have a couple more things coming with Gen 10 that we're willing to talk about. We're gonna of those on the show here, Stash didn't see a lot of it. If you guys have seen a lot of the Gen 10 stuff, we're gonna ignore a lot of the specific details because there's a lot. There's actually quite a lot of Gen 10 stuff that leaked, which has people really excited, and I appreciate how excited that you guys are. But for our purposes, because these are not like your traditional leaks where like someone just knows a developer that wants the information out there, we're going to kind of avoid some of that stuff. It's a little too spoilery, but we are at one point in the show going to look at a supposed screenshot from the game that spoils nothing, but it at least gives you an idea of something huge they're doing with Gen 10. That's a big deal. It's a really big deal. I don't. It might not look as good as this. I have no idea, but they're doing something. We'll talk about that in a moment. So Sandstorm, what are you thinking about this roadmap of games?
I actually, it's funny because I'm a person who hates to be like not given information. The best way to make me like be happy about something, like I'm not huge on surprises. So like the best way to like make me happy about something is just by like telling me straightforward. Love the roadmap. Once again, like you guys said, sucks that it just all got shown. Because I know that's not what Nintendo wanted. There's some interesting stuff in there. The whole Galar Legends or whatever. I think that's spicy. That's mwah.
Oh, dude, yeah. I didn't put any details for it. If you guys look into some of the stuff that's leaked for that, because there's actually quite a bit. The ideas they have rolling for that game, it might embarrass the current 2 Legends games.
I
What
hope
they're
so.
trying to do. What they're
I
trying to
hope
do.
so.
Yeah.
That game, not as a side note, that game was the first game that put into perspective of how close the games are in relation to the TV show, in the sense that if you've ever played that game, you'll probably know this, but you start off and there's a whole bunch of people like with you, a whole bunch of trainers with you, young and old. And as you go to each gym, you see less and less people going to that gym. And you're like, oh, okay. So this is what happens in the real world. Like these people actually fall off. They don't make it through these gyms. And it's like they have to really live regular lives. You know what I mean? Like they're done. That was it for them. That's how far they gotten. So that was kind of like the first eye opening of like, yeah, you're not the only trainer out there who's actually training. Those people who are in the grass that you see just standing there, they're actually doing something. But to go back to the roadmap, yeah, I think it's really awesome that we finally kind of get to see it. That MML one, we have talked a whole lot on the channel, even way before, and I think even up until this leaks, but way before the leaks were even talked about. I think for Nintendo and more importantly for the Pokemon company, I think that is not gold. I think that is whatever is beyond platinum, vibranium, whatever you want to call it. That's the easiest seller for this franchise. So easy, because all you have to really say, and I know we're not going to go into too many details, but all you really have to say is, hey, you create a character, you remember all of those regions that you went through, 1 through 10, pick your region. You know how in the TV show that not everybody starts off with the same starter Pokemon? You pick your starter, and each region that you're in is locked to a certain level. Wherever you start off, it rotates depending on where you start off, the level cap, and all that other stuff. And every time you go to a new level, just like in the Pokemon series, whenever they go to a new region, your Pokemon soft resets. Their moves stay the same, but they soft reset in level. Easy win. Easy win. And put everybody in the same world. Easy win. Easy win. I don't care if it's on PC or if it's just on Switch 2. Everybody's buying that game. Like, especially if you could take your Pokemon from outside, just like with Champions, if you could take your Pokemon from outside, from whatever generation, and plop it back into this game, so you could easy win. That's an easy win. That's a no-brainer to me. So I don't think I would hope that they don't cancel that game, because I feel like that just throws up money profusely, if that's the right way to explain it. So especially like you said, Prime, if you put that on, if you turn that into a possible PC thing, keep your generations on the Switch or, in Nintendo's bag. Champions, we already know, is going everywhere, so that doesn't really matter to them. But if you put that MMO on PC, it's a wrap. That's a wrap. But yeah, I think overall though, the roadmap is very nice. Like Eric said, it is a little ambitious because they're talking about generation 11 and 30 and 10 next year, which is 26. I guess that gives that 4 years, but you're also talking about other games in between. If Game Freak is moving like how they are with whatever game that they showed off that PlayStation fanboys were super hype over because they actually could make graphics, I'm a little more ambitious about seeing what they have, but are optimistic, I should say. But if it's more of the same, I don't know how long your Pokemon fans stay on that hill. I don't know, but yeah, I love the roadmap. I think that's great. I think it's awesome. I'm glad we get to see what's next for Pokemon, both mainline and the spinoffs. I hope there's a Pokken in there somewhere. Give me a Pokken too.
Okay. Zoo over there brings up a point here. No concern over the pace of those releases because Game Freak seems ambitious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It also seems to fit the exact same cadence they usually do. So it's like,
yeah,
the MMO one's the one that's kind of scaring me, but then maybe they're working with another company on that. So that could be the caveat there where they actually have outside help. But we'll see on that one. And then we had one other thing related to this. It says from Hamstar, do you think Pocket Pair will try to implement these ideas into Pal World before Pokemon? Maybe. I mean, the only idea really, I mean, look, they obviously steal, there's a lot of information out there. They could steal some of the ideas if they wanted, but the only thing in there that I think they would be interested in is that possible MMO.
Mm-hmm.
But they might have already been thinking about that. It's kind of like how they announced like their version of farming simulator stuff right after Nintendo and Pokemon Company announced theirs. I don't think that they were stealing ideas from each other. Those games are actually very different in how they function and the inspiration, and like the cozy farming sim stuff has so many games to draw inspiration from. But it is kind of funny that they both announced a farming simulator style game roughly around the same time. Thought that was funny. It would be even more hilarious if Pocket Pair looks at, they're announcing the Pokemon MMO that year. We're announcing the Pal World MMO that year.
Mm-hmm.
The year before.
The year before, just because. I thought that would be funny. Okay, so that's it for that stuff. Now I want to jump a little bit into Gen 10. Again, I don't want to show too much. I have an image I'll show in a moment, but one big thing about Generation 10 is something that excites me maybe the most out of anything we've learned about Generation 10 is they are using a brand new engine they've never used before. It is in-house built. It is not like Unreal Engine. It's an in-house built engine. For those that don't know, all the Pokemon games, even Scarlet and Violet, which uses the SV engine, is just a modified version of their older engine. That's not what this is. This is a brand new engine built from the ground up. That's according to the leaked documents. So what's interesting about that is the game is only after this Terra leak, we now know, because there was some debate over some of the scant detail, because Generation 10 leaked a little bit last year, but it was not much. Most of the leaks for Gen 10 were in this batch. It's never been in development for Switch 1. It's only ever been a Switch 2 game.
I like that.
So, brand new engine built from the ground up, only developing this for Switch 2, which suggests the engine itself was built for Switch 2. And then an image like this goes around. There's been multiple screenshots and a couple playable videos. A lot of the stuff's been taken down. The screenshots have been left up mostly because they're small and blurry and probably not indicative of what the game looks like today. Right? Like that's just reality. You know, things have changed. But look at this little image here. And yeah, again, I said it's blurry, so you're not going to see like the greatest look here.
Yeah.
But and again, the game probably doesn't look exactly like this. This could be concept art, whatever. Point is, this looks, if the game looks anything remotely close to this for Generation 10, that is such a gigantic leap forward in visuals for Pokemon. It's almost, I would almost say it's unbelievable if it wasn't for the fact we know about the other game they're making.
Yeah. I'm gonna go out and say, now we talked about like before, like, oh, everything gets its Breath of the Wild moment on the Switch, you know. Pokemon got its Breath of the Wild moment with the, you know, Scarlet and Violet, but this looks like a real Breath of the Wild moment to me. It's
for
like
Pokemon,
yeah,
dude,
like
if they open up with a shot like this when they do a reveal trailer, I'm gonna be like, holy shit.
yeah.
No one thought Game Freak was going to do it. Everyone just called them lazy all the time. No one thought they'd do something like this.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's not even it. The funny thing is like, yeah, the Pokemon are there, but I'm not even looking at the Pokemon. It's like, oh, look at all the trees. Do you see the trees in the background? It's kind of got a fog to it. It's like, okay, we're in a real forest, and this forest is actually dense. Like, does that mean we're gonna see Pokemon in their natural? In a natural movement style, or Weedle or whatever Pokemon gonna be like climbing down the trees type deal? Like that's like you said, like that's a blow my mind moment. It's like you finally showed them, you finally did it. You know,
funny. I see this and I'm just like, oh, is that the new Zelda game?
yeah, like who put those Pokemon there?
Yeah. What's that character, the Eevee and the Snorlax doing there? Like that should have something else going on. This should be bokoblins running around. What is that? But no, that was like my reaction when I saw this. I'm like, okay, yeah, it could just be a concept thing. But then we saw footage, we seen water and wind and a whole bunch of other stuff, which again, wind and wave, no surprise there. I just find it really interesting that this, look, I want to be very clear, guys. I don't actually think Generation 10 is going to look like this. Okay. Which is probably why Nintendo hasn't really gone after this particular image, because it's probably nothing like what the game actually looks like at the end. It's not going to look this like this. It's just, let's just think about how long they take to develop games. Let's remember how big the team is. It's not going to look like this. But if they can make it look anywhere close to resembling this,
Mm-hmm.
Like even half as good as this would be a massive leap over Scarlet and Violet. Like it would feel like you're playing something modern that we thought we should get on Switch 1 and we didn't.
Yeah.
And it being developed only for Switch 2. My only concern, of course, is, okay, how's it perform? Because like even that new graphically intensive game that Game Freak's making, that everyone's like, oh, look, see, they can make games like that. I'm like, yeah, it's running at 12 FPS at times. That they debuted this with the best looking footage they could, and even in that footage, it ran at 12 FPS.
Yeah.
We got to be like realistic here. My number one thing is, and ZA is about to spoil me, I want 60 FPS in all future Pokemon games over any graphics. Maybe I'm crazy for saying that, but playing ZA at 60 FPS at PAX West, I never want to go back. Never want to go back to 30 or less than 30, sub 30 like Scarlet and Violet. I never want to do it. So that's why I'm like, I hope it doesn't look this good, because there's no way it looks as good in the 60 FPS. There's no way.
So that makes me wonder, because you brought it up. Is that engine that they're using for whatever that game is that the same engine as this?
So the engine so Gen 10 uses a brand new, never before used engine. ZA is using the same engine as Scarlet and Violet.
Okay. Because my optimism comes into play where if they're working on whatever game, I can't remember if it's for Xbox or Sony or whatever, if they've learned some actual like real stuff on how to produce this level of graphics, and I agree with you. If it's 60 on ZA, like, don't turn back from that. But I also wonder if the reason why we're looking at this is one for Nintendo to kind of get a gauge.
I wonder if they're not taking down this image because they know it's actually just making people happy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I almost wonder if they're like, see.
Wait, you guys have been saying Switch 2 ain't got shit. Just wait.
Yeah,
it's coming.
Like,
it's coming.
Game Freak, if you don't put out this, you see this still that y'all put out? This is what they want. This is what they want. They don't want that other stuff. You've been doing that too much. Don't make me call over and call the other parent to give you a pop on the bottom. Like, I think they can produce that, especially with Switch 2, and how much room they have as
building
far
an
as
engine
power.
actually for modern systems and
Yeah.
not using
My thing always has been with Game Freak, especially as of late, is like, you have, if this is a family, if Nintendo and Pokemon and all that is a family, you have a cousin in Monolith Soft. Go over there. Like, go to them. They know what they're doing. Go to them. Talk to them. Figure it out.
You even have like a third cousin in Bandai Namco, the new Pokemon Snap.
Right.
They literally made beautiful looking Pokemon. Talk to them.
Go talk to your cousins, because you're not doing right.
Part of me questions, depending on how long they've been working on this new engine, and this is not an excuse for anything, but does that kind of, you wonder if they kind of pulled a little bit too many resources off Scarlet and Violet than they thought they could get away with, and maybe that led to some of the hiccups in the beginning of it, because they were focused more on this, but obviously they can't say anything because they're working on the new engine. So I'm just kind of wondering, did that have some play in Scarlet and Violet being kind of hiccupy in the beginning?
I think it does. I think it absolutely does.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought. I don't know. Well, Stash, what are you thinking about this stuff with Gen 10?
I love it. Yeah, I think it looks great. That had me most excited. Like I mentioned,
Yeah,
I skipped ahead a little bit, but
if it's stuff that builds excitement that isn't over promising and doesn't really spoil anything for the game, that's the stuff we're talking about.
yeah, this is great. Yeah, that again, that screenshot is what I had saw. And based on that screenshot, like those are the kind of leaks that I like because it really doesn't give anything away. All it does is
it gets you
to make
excited.
you curious and it makes you excited. Yeah, actually like, wow, like this looks really good. I don't need to see
Oh
anything
my God,
else.
there's an Eevee and a Snorlax in Gen 10. Spoiler!
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Charmander in the back.
Yeah, Charmander way in the back. Oh no. Some OG 151s are in here.
Yeah. And sort of things too are just unavoidable. If you're on social media and you're in gaming like we are, you don't even have to search this in your feed. You're gonna see this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, I'll just say this. Overall, the leaks have only made me more excited for Pokemon's future than I expected. And that's interesting because, as my audience knows, I'm not a big Pokemon person. I don't make a lot of Pokemon videos. But you know, these leaks are a big deal. When like my first 20,000 view video in like 2 months was the Pokemon leaks because everyone knew they happened. So we got a bunch of search views. It was crazy. So yeah, Pokemon. That's kind of it for our Pokemon topic. I don't think I had anything else to get into. Nope,
I would say as a small addition to Gen 10 is I feel like it's been a while since Gen 9 and we haven't had any new Pokemon. And I'm ready to see some new Pokemon at this point. I will also say as a cautionary, and this is just me personally, I don't need a gimmick. I don't need a gimmick to go with my new Pokemon game. Megas and what was it? Gigantamax. I didn't really care for Gigantamax. I mean, it's all right, but Megas were fine. Like I don't add anything. The whole one from Scarlet and Violet where they, you get the hat and I don't need all that. That's not necessary. Just keep it basic.
So there's one thing I want to address quick. So I mentioned in the chat. One thing that did leak is like budgets for the games. But we found out some additional information when you dig into the budgets. So it turns out that like when people talk about like, oh, Legends EA was 13 million and 20 million for Gen 10, those budgets are only research and development and initial prototype budgets. That's not the full game development budget. So I would venture to say that and this is just some estimates people have come up with, probably around 40 to 60 million for Gen 10, not 20 million. And that doesn't include marketing budgets and all that other stuff. So it could be 100 million, include marketing. Who knows? Marketing's always really expensive. So
yeah.
Just throwing out there that like people act like the Pokemon company's not spending money on Pokemon. And I'm like, look, yeah, these might not be $200 million budgets for the game, but these are not small budgets. They actually do spend quite a bit to make each game for a Nintendo. To be clear, for a Nintendo game, for a Sony game, no, they're spending 200 to 400 million a pop. But Nintendo, their budgets are always like 50-ish million. Besides Zelda and now Metroid Prime 4, those are the only ones that have gone over 100 million. So. Yeah, like the next 3D Mario game, guys, it might not be $100 million budget. It might be 60, might be 80. And that's right around what they're spending for Pokemon Gen 10. So I got to say that, like, people freaked out, but that's because as the information comes out, like, it's easy to get those quick reports out there. But then, like, you dig into it further and you realize what that money's actually for. And you're like, okay, well, they couldn't even develop the game on that money.
Right.
Yeah. So just to put that context out there for people to think that they don't spend any money on Pokemon. By the way, that means we have no idea what Legends ZA cost to make. We know it was 13 million for R&D and initial prototype, but we don't know what the full cost of development was. Less than Gen 10, sure, but Gen 10 is being made entirely and specifically for Switch 2, which, again, as we all know, the more powerful hardware you make games for, the more it costs to make the game. Just is what it is. We've seen that all throughout the industry. We don't need to get into the debate on why that happens. Maybe we can have a conversation another day. Might be interesting to have a conversation with some game devs sometimes about why games cost what they do to make. That might be a fun one to talk with a developer sometime about, who has a little inside info on, like, hey, this is why it costs what it is, or this is why crunch exists. You know, I think there's some cool. We gotta get some more game devs on here. Is what I'm saying. Get some real answers. All right, Stash. What are we talking about? Because we have everything else the rest of the night, guys. Is like the Thunder Stash show. Nintenbyte featuring Thunder Stash. What's going on, buddy? What are we talking about?
Okay. So we all, I'm sure, have seen the rumors, right? And Nate, I presume you reported on it as well, maybe over the weekend, about Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Yep, over the weekend. Yep.
Yeah, because I was tuned out over the weekend. Literally didn't have service at the wedding anyways. But yeah, so we've long since known this was coming out. It got Peggy rated a long time ago. And obviously, once it's Peggy rated, we know it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
However, what I find most interesting by far, okay, and again, like, I'm taking all things into account with this game, as in it's somewhat troubled history. It's somewhat, it's controversial history with the game being released. And you look at the biggest market for Switch 2 outside of the US, Japan. Which market did affect the most? And first off, we all know what it's like releasing a game in December. Okay. However, this year is different. This is a launch year. Okay. And I was looking at this and I'm like, there's so many games releasing in December this year that this could be bigger than the annual Lexus December to Remember sales event. They hype that up so hard every year.
Oh my God.
Every year. Like, yeah, I'll buy you a Lexus for Christmas. Come on.
Well, actually, we need to take that and make that the whole rest of the year.
Maybe rich people are doing it. I don't
yeah,
know.
Exactly.
But
in what world?
Take the Lexus December to Remember and make that into like October and November and then January, February, because Jordan Love plays out of his mind during the Lexus.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, wow.
Sports into it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
But look, think about this, guys. So December 4th.
Or was it Toyota?
And this has actually been like my beacon, right? For when everyone's asked me like when I can hang out, here like in Arizona in person, like when I can leave the house and go do stuff outside of like the gym, grocery store, and getting the mail. And I said, look, the cutoff, like hypothetically, is after I get the games reviewed that are coming out beginning of December. And it's just so weird for me to say games plural, right? Because usually there would be one. But we have Octopath Traveler 0, December 4th. We got Toxic Crusaders, December 4th. Metroid Prime 4, December 4th. Then it's looking like AC Shadows, December 5th. Farming Simulator, Signature Edition, December 9th. I did email them to see if I get a review code. I don't know if they'll consider me. And then we're still waiting on Ball X Pit for Switch 2, which, look, this is a game that I've been excited for because I am a big fan of Devolver Digital. I thought this game looked awesome, but the Switch 2 version's not ready. But the release date is fall, so it could be in a week or two from now. And then Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, same thing. That's coming out still too. So those two games still need to be dated. And that's why it got me to thinking, okay, This year is unlike any other year, and launch years are typically like that, in that it's unlike any other year. But it just got me thinking, like, okay, they haven't even formally announced AC Shadows yet. Only people in the know that follow gaming the way we do even know that this is coming out this year. It's October 15th. So without even announcing it yet, and it's coming out December 5th. So then it got me thinking about these smaller promotional cycles. Have we not been seeing Nintendo do that? How many times have we talked about it with Metroid Prime? When are they going to start promoting Metroid? Well, they do have to promote these other games too. They got to promote those first because there's other games coming out first. And this was something that I mentioned quite extensively in the lead up to Switch 2 being announced. And I put a big tweet together about it. You guys remember, but about today's consumer and how they like shorter announcement to release windows. Those promotional cycles, I think a lot of companies have seen that those do better and that their sales are better when it's a very short window, because of course we live in an instant gratification world now. That's just how it is, man. With social media, there's no escaping it. So you might as well figure out how to lean into it and make the most of that out of it. And I feel like we're starting to see that. And because of that, it makes me think, what else could we get this year? Because if this is possible, if a title of this scale, AC Shadows, and again, you know, say what you want about Ubisoft and about Assassin's Creed. Some people think they're cooked. Some people think they fell off. I am at the end of AC Shadows on PS5. I've been at the end. I've held off on my review. My review is practically written, but I've held off on it knowing that this is coming out for Switch 2 because I want to play it on Switch 2 and include footage for comparison's sake in my review, which is exactly why I've held off. But like, my point is, it's actually a really good game, which I'll talk about more in my review. But this is a big third-party game. So that to me opens up the window for other big games to come out this year. So do you guys think we can get anything else this year? Because look, normally at this time of the year, we know what's coming out the rest of the year, right? Everything's set in stone. No one's touching December. Unless you're Smash Brothers. or unless you're Indiana Jones and you want to be forgotten despite being an amazing game. Because they did that last year, right? But no one really touches December yet. I named 5 games that are coming out in December that presumably are all going to be bangers. I mean, I don't know about Farming Simulator. We'll see. If they take advantage of those Switch 2 Joy-Cons and you know, let me do some song and make it feel like I'm actually farming. Hey, if it's that immersive, it might be really good. Okay. We'll see. That's why I asked for a review code, because I'm not even sold on it, but if it's really good, like I'll play it. If you want to send it to me, I'll play it and we'll review it. But Ball X Pit and Sonic Racing Crossworlds could hit in December too. So what else could we see? Last month, Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2 got announced out of nowhere, coming out November 13th now. It just tells me that anything can happen, which is why I have to ask this question now to you guys. Like, do you think we can get anything else? I mean, I still think the door's open on Prime 2 and 3.
I think the door with anything Nintendo is closed. I think the door with anything third party is always open. Obviously, they have to announce this game at some point. Indie games could always get announced. I think it's interesting. Assassin's Creed Shadows having a shorter cycle, I find fascinating. Maybe it's because I don't think there's not a lot of explanation that needs to be said because the game's already out. People know what it is. Just go buy it on. But then they gave us more of a warning for Outlaws, which was also a game we knew was coming out. So,
do you think they don't want to hurt sales of Outlaws? They're both big open world games.
Yes.
I don't know. I honestly don't think it affects sales of Outlaws. but I could be wrong on that. Obviously, I don't know. But what I will say is, I think that I think the lack of the hype cycle is intentional, maybe because of Japan. They just drop it and don't say anything, and just see if people buy it. I also got to throw this out there, just because it's Ubisoft. While Outlaws is a very good port, that doesn't mean Shadows is. The Shadows port might not be good. They might not have had as much time with the dev kits. They might be rushing it out, potentially. And if that's the case, you don't want to draw even more attention to it. You just want suckers to buy it.
Yeah.
And I think pricing is going to be very key. Do they launch this at full MSRP? Or do they launch it at competitive pricing with everyone else?
I think we saw the price. I thought we did. I thought I heard. I heard 50.
Oh, it's at 50 euros. It's 50 euros.
50s?
But that's 50 euros. That could be 70 US. Just pointing that out with the euro conversions. So we don't actually know the US price. Technically, we don't know that the euro price is real either. But that, this guy, Bill Billikun, Deal Labs, when they say it, it happens. Their track record's very good because their track record comes from retail. All their info comes from retail, so it's always pretty final stuff.
50 euros is $58 here.
Yeah. $58 here. So maybe $60 here.
$60.
I'd like to see them. I'd like them to go 50. They go. What's it cost? What Shadows cost on PS5 right now on the shop?
Probably 70.
Let's create Shadows PS5.
I know they just released DLC in September 16th, so this could have DLC included.
On the PlayStation Store US. So if that's the case, of course, they're launching this on the 5th, the day after Metroid Prime. I kind of feel like it's the holidays. You can't come in at 70 because this game's going to get discounted this holiday for sure.
Yeah.
Which one?
Shadows on the
you
other
mean on
platform.
PS5? Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. On other platforms, yes.
So if you drop it to 50 on other platforms and you launch at 50 on Switch too, that'd be sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think GameFly
it's
was
another
selling
Mass Effect situation.
GameFly was just selling it
on sale everywhere else. I would just
$24.99. GameFly
for what?
AC Shadows on PS5.
Oh yeah, because they're selling used copies. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Have you bought one?
I bought used copies from GameFly before, but not that game.
They look brand new.
Oh yeah, they don't sell the ones that people destroyed.
Yeah,
they don't sell the ones people destroyed. No, they're very good.
This isn't GameStop. You're not going to get custom box art.
No, you'll get the real box and the real game, and they won't sell it to you otherwise.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yep. If the game still works, they might still rent it out, but they won't sell them. If they're crap.
Oh, You know what else too, though? What about Mina? Like, do you think we're still getting Mina this year too? What if Mina slips into December?
I think Mina could slip to December. I think that's why we don't have a date. I mean, look, the real reason we don't have a date, if you read their post, guys, it's because they don't want to give us a date until it's submitted to the consoles, because that's a whole process that takes weeks. And until it's submitted, that means the build isn't final. So they don't even want to say a date until then, because then they know the build's final. So it means they've taken the pressure off themselves to get it done by a certain date to get it submitted to consoles. Meaning the game could slip to 2026. And if it does, I think early January isn't a bad time to launch Mina. But we'll see. Obviously, I still, it was supposed to come out October. They said in their post they're still close to being done. So I would assume, well, if you give them a whole month, November, plus this month, if they're almost done already, then they probably will be done. Submit early December. But then do you want to really release closer to Christmas?
You know what's interesting? If you go on the eShop right now, which I did earlier today, still says it's coming out October 31st. It's still there.
Yeah, they haven't. Yeah, they got to get it updated.
Usually that's pretty instant, or within a day or two.
I think that when they delayed it, it was a very last minute decision. It was like,
it was in the direct.
We have to submit tomorrow to Nintendo's store to make it out on time, and we're not done.
Yeah.
Should we push it out as is? And then they probably had a big meeting and they're like, no, let's do it right and delay it. And I don't know how long it takes to update eShop listings. It's been long enough you would figure it should be updated by now, but maybe it's not because they don't have a new date.
Yeah.
They don't have a new date. So they're like, what are we supposed to do? Do we just delete the eShop listing because we don't have a date?
Just put TBD.
TBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
So
everything else is.
I don't know Nintendo's rules. Like, if you already put a release date up, are you allowed to retcon that back to TBA? I don't know. Nintendo's got weird rules. I don't.
Wow. I mean, you don't want to misinform people.
It better be updated in the next couple of weeks because it's going to feel really weird that it keeps saying it's coming out on the 31st.
Well, yeah. Imagine all the people who don't watch this are not on social media.
Yeah,
and they're thinking, oh man, I know what I'm doing Halloween night. And it's like, no, you're not. Actually,
you're not.
Hope you have a backup plan with some Halloween candy, buddy.
Right?
Halloween, there'll be some movies on TV.
Right.
A whole bucket of Halloween candy. You're depressed.
Even free cable, even the free TV will probably have some Halloween movies for you.
Yacht Club had done their own like little direct also for Mina.
Oh yeah.
And it was all Halloween themed. The whole thing, like they had like live action Halloween stuff. It was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like they really wanted the Halloween date is my point.
Yeah.
Like they did promotional stuff to lean into that. So yeah, I gotta imagine they haven't updated the release date because it's going to be like really close. I feel like it's still coming this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think that timing around maybe you would think one more month. You would think.
It really depends on what they needed to push it for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. And then strategy, right? With the shopper.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to get missed in December? There's already so many bangers in December. Do you go to January now because of that?
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy VII's coming out January, but they're totally different games,
Right?
But
Yeah.
people don't like spending money in January. However, gift cards, those are a
that's
huge
very
thing.
true.
Mm-hmm.
So
Especially
people
from
can,
Christmas.
people get on that eShop, pick up Mina. I don't know how much it is. I think is it $20? Do we know the price on Mina? Imagine if it is though, $20. It'd be such a great deal. Like, what are you gonna do
Mm-hmm.
as a big AAA studio when you got Soak Song, Hades 2,
Well, now
Roughing
it's
the
just-
Riverside, $20, Mina, Yooka Replay, all these games that you can get for significantly lower price that are bangers.
It looks like it just has the date on the Nintendo website.
Okay.
I'm looking at Yacht Clubs. I don't see anything about price on there either.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it falls in line with like Shovel Knight
Mm-hmm.
previous pricing. I could see it being anywhere between like
20 and 40.
20 and like maybe $34.99.
Hmm.
Somewhere right in there. But whatever it is, it's gonna be worth. I wish we could talk about with Celia about. But that's a big thing for them to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to be those assholes.
No, never. All right, so
So
You end up doing. Oop, go ahead, Sandstorm.
I was gonna say, so you asked the question, what other games
Yeah.
do you think can slide in? So I was kind of thinking about Nintendo. While I agree, I don't think there's going to be any like newer titles or anything like that, but I definitely think they're going to slip in quite a few. Whether it's GameCube, N64, and the NSO stuff.
Mhm.
I do definitely think we'll finally get more of that. I feel like every time we talk about NSO, Donkey Kong always comes up. I was like, man, when are you guys gonna put that out? When is that gonna happen? Um, and now with the DLC being Donkey Kong Island, I'm like, it's gotta come soon because you're talking about the island and you want to show off the island with the DLC. Like,
You
come
know what
on.
my biggest concern is the modern casual gamer
Mm-hmm.
playing that to see if they're gonna like Bonanza.
Yeah.
Because they
Um,
don't want that, but they would do that. They would do
yeah.
something like that where they'd
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, let me play DK64 and like, if I like this, and I'll pick up Bonanza." It's like,
Mhm.
well,
They're
that's not how it works, but okay.
yeah, they're very different games.
Totally, completely, and that's my concern, and I guess that's kind of why I've always thought it hasn't come out yet because of that.
Mm.
Because that type of 3D platformer played by today's gamers is like
Mhm.
what Yooka-Laylee that released in 2017,
Mhm.
that's what they dealt with. They made
Mm.
a N64 platformer. That was their goal from the Kickstarter, from the
Yeah.
very beginning. And they did that, and people complained about all the things that essentially make it a N64 3D platformer. Like, people wanted their hands to be held,
Mm.
and it is now in the new game, right? Like, you can choose to turn it off if you want, but the modern casual gamer want it hand holding, wants to know where to go at all times,
Yeah.
you know, doesn't want to get off track. It's all the things that you'd see in a modern 3D platformer. So they went and added all of that, right? So I look at that and I look at DK. I'm like, okay, if DK came out, all those people that complained about that stuff,
Are definitely gonna complain about this stuff.
yeah, especially because also that came out in '99. Yuka came out in 2017. So there's other, I think, modern amenities that DK64 would totally be missing.
Mhm.
But I really want it, obviously.
Yeah.
I do, right? I know you do. We all want it because we keep bringing it up.
Yeah. Yeah. I think something like that will come. I think the GameCube probably throw out more of its games. I'm kind of still surprised that there isn't a GameCube version of um Luigi's Mansion coming out for Halloween. I feel like that is quite the miss.
Well, could
Um,
still, right?
yeah,
They should. It's Mario's 40th.
yeah,
Shadow drop it on
Honestly,
Halloween.
it would make so much sense to get it out this year versus like next October, because next October, well, we might be talking about Luigi's Mansion 4,
Right.
right,
and
right,
it's the Mario Brothers 40th.
Mhm.
yeah,
Like, give Luigi some love. Perfect time to do it.
mm-hmm,
And
yeah,
now Mina's not releasing on that date. So, and like, honestly, I think Nintendo they wouldn't want to release that on Halloween with Mina coming out just to be like a good business partner, right? Because
mm-hmm,
they want Mina to be successful. Yacht
Mhm.
Club's always done great on Nintendo platforms.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So I think as far as like Nintendo goes, I think it'll be kind of those other ventures. Um, I think as far as their like actual new titles and stuff like that, it's probably going to be done for the year. Like they've already slated everything. Sure, we'll probably get a direct or something like that to further talk about, games that we already know of. As far as third party, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Still, yes.
I feel like that's
It's
got
that'd be massive.
it's got to show up. It's got to show up. I don't know if that's gonna be a November game though or a December game, but I feel like, to be honest with you, I feel like it's gonna be a November game. But I feel like that game's got to come soon. There are other
November's
titles.
quiet.
It is. That's why I think it is.
Like,
That's
check
why.
this out. I got my Excel right here. Okay, this is a short list. Okay, Hyrule Warriors, November 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Telluride Secret Trilogy, November 13th. And then Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2, also on that date. Kirby Air Riders on the 20th. Terminator 2D on the 26th.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it.
That's
That's a short list for
Yeah.
November. And then that Witchbrook game got delayed, which could have maybe have made it out by Chucklefish.
Yeah, that kills me. That kills my soul.
You know, like we always say, anytime there's a delay and it comes with a statement about how we set out to do this, but then we had these ideas and we decided to make it bigger and better. It's like, okay.
Right. Sure.
Yeah, like I can't argue with that. Thank you. That's great.
Uh-huh.
Now. I know Michaela was excited to play that one too. I was actually as well. Red Dead 2 though. Like after naming the games that are coming out in November,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would slot in quite nicely.
Yeah. Yeah. Very easily, especially if you're looking at the I feel like the closer you get to Black Friday, the more likely it is. Like Black Friday is that time everybody wants to spend money anyway. And Rockstar could easily be like, "Hey, we know you like spending money. We know you like Red Dead Redemption 2.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what it's coming to so you can play it on the go on a Nintendo console." That's right. That's right. Go ahead and grab this, which is I think it's also a good time for especially for Switch owners. There's a slight gap in there between, so like I'm thinking like the last 2 weeks of November kind of gives you space for Metroid to breathe, because I feel like most of us, that's, to me personally, that's not a hard toss up for me. Like, as much as I love Red Dead Redemption 2, I've already played the game. I want more Metroid. But if you give me enough space to collect my money back up, I'll definitely buy Red Dead Redemption 2 coming right into the Thanksgiving/Black Friday holiday, and exit that holiday grabbing Metroid Prime.
Yeah. I mean, I'm right there with you. Like, I will definitely 100% play Red Dead Redemption 2 on Switch 2 from beginning to end and enjoy the heck out of it. It's such a big game too. Like, that would be a massive release. It really would. And it's one of the games that just kind of sets the bar for
Mhm.
what Switch 2, like a Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Similar in that sense. The scale of the game is just so massive. The other one we have too, and I played this last week, and I played through the whole demo, is Marvel Cosmic Invasion. I played on Steam. That's still dated for 2025.
Hmm.
So that's just one more game now.
Mm-hmm.
And LP mentioned it in chat. I played the demo, and again, like I was going to make a video on it if I had time. I don't know if I do, but I will just say that the game is very good.
Okay.
So hopefully it doesn't release around the time of what do you call it? Toxic Crusaders.
Oh yeah.
A lot of beat 'em ups.
Yeah. They're on the come up right now.
They are. Beat 'em ups, 3D platformers. Everything old is new again.
Yeah.
It's good to see.
All right.
All
I'm
right.
living in that.
We can go with what we planned, or I can go through what we talked about earlier.
What we talked about earlier.
What are those 40th anniversary IPs?
Mhm.
I have the full list. Not I know what list you were looking at.
Yeah, it was off of Wikipedia. Yeah.
No, there's a few on Wikipedia.
Oh,
And most of them are garbage, but the one I have is not.
okay.
I flagged
Go
this
for
for every year. Okay. All right, guys. So this is what we're going to do. Final topic. We're going to talk about what games are going to have their 40th anniversary. Okay. I am not going to mention every game on this list because there's some that, we're not going to remember these games, right?
Mhm.
But there are a lot of games on here, and I know which ones they are worth mentioning. So I will start first in the alphabet. I don't think we'd ever get a new game for this. 720. Tell me you guys have played 720. What? Sandstorm,
Nope.
you played 720.
Can't say that I have actually.
Skateboarding game?
No.
No, you
No,
guys
I
have.
don't have.
Please Google it. I know you've played this.
It's
it
like
ain't
I know for a
I've never
fact.
played it. No, for a fact, I did not play 720.
Let me see. Hold on.
You played Skate or
Oh.
Die, you played 720 because they released at the same time. If you were playing that, you were playing this.
I definitely have never played this.
Wow.
I don't think
you're
I
like-
have either.
You're like
Chat?
shocked. I'm like, dude,
Anyone
I
in
didn't really
chat?
play skateboard games.
Let me see.
I tried a little bit of Tony Hawk. That was about it for
Mm-hmm.
my skateboard game.
You're right.
Now, snowboard games.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about a number of those I played.
Yep. H
Oh, yeah. I have.
Right?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. God, start to feel super
I
old.
should,
right there.
we should probably show people the game, right? So they know what the fuck we're talking about for people that didn't grow up back then. I don't know. If
All
I
right.
have to show it.
Yeah, just show the search results.
Yeah, I can show this.
Okay.
Yeah, let me let's see here.
Yeah, I definitely never ever played this. So nothing about this looks familiar at all.
All right, let's see. Let me go share screen.
I'm just looking at it like, man, this is a classic.
Okay. Nate, you see my list, Nate?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. Here's one. Now I'll make this bigger for us. There we go. Adventure Island.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Any
Classic.
chance? Any chance, guys?
I don't think there's any chance, but
Yeah, I think it's 0. It would be
Okay.
nice though.
So that won't get celebrated. What about Alex Kidd? This was like Sega's mascot.
I think Sega's moved on.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would be nice if they did, but I feel like Sega has their like collective that they only care about these days.
What was the last Alex Kidd game? It wasn't that long ago, guys. I'm almost positive I have one on the shelf that's for PS5.
Really?
Almost positive.
They had a remake that came out back in 2021. That's
There you
probably
go.
the one. That's probably the one on your
Mhm.
shelf. Is that remake?
Miracle World DX.
Yeah.
Miracle World DX.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
They still
their
care about
actual
it.
last new game was
1990.
back in 1990. So, like, say, yeah, they remade it, but that doesn't mean they care. They were probably just testing the waters to see if if they should bring the IP back.
Well, they are into bringing back old IPs right now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I
That is
know.
their focus.
And they brought this one back. I don't obviously know how well it's sold. That'll determine if they're going to do more with the series. But I look at it as like there hasn't been a brand new one since 1990. I just don't. Unless that 2021 one did really numbers for them. I just don't. I think they're going to ignore the franchise even exists. I'd love to be wrong. though. I'd love to be wrong.
I don't think we get Arkanoid.
No.
I think Ball X Pit just took its lunch money.
Yeah, pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, talking about Arkanoid at this point with Bollocks Pit, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Bollocks Pit is so much better.
Okay. What about Attack of the Killer Tomatoes? Did anyone play this on NES?
Oh my gosh. Yes, after watching the show.
Yeah, 40 years. Hard to believe. We got the. I don't think this is the OG Avengers. This doesn't look like the Avengers box art, does it?
No.
No.
No, that's a different
Like
Avenger
variety.
there.
Looks like.
Bard's Tale.
Oh, I love Bard's
Oh,
Tale.
We've
that
had
would be
Bard's
good.
Tale recently, haven't we?
I love Bard's Tale. When's the last
Yeah.
one that came out?
I could see that coming out. Something, either a new one or compilation.
Yeah, they had a new one come out in 2022.
Was it a numbered entry or a remaster?
It was the Bard's Tale Warlocks of Larg fame. It released in 2022. That is considered a spin-off. The last main game to come out was the Bard's Tale 4 Director's Cut in 2019.
So
Yeah, they've had a lot of spin-offs.
they're still pumping out Bard's
They did-
Tales.
They dropped the whole trilogy again in 2019. So like, yeah, they've definitely given it some love over the last 8 years.
Well, yeah, it's games like this that I got to question. Okay, well, are you gonna do something then for your 40th?
Possibly.
This one I'd love to see Batman.
Lego Batman next year, buddy. Lego Batman. It's already happening.
We're getting a Batman movie next year.
Yep.
Okay.
I believe so. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's next year.
The Batman game on NES is so good.
Yeah, it is.
Like way
no.
better than it deserved to be
Right,
for
they
being a
pushed it back.
licensed IP.
It's 2027. That's right. They pushed it back a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Big Trouble in Little China, the video game. I never played this. I love the movie though.
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
Of course, they made a video game out of it. Shouldn't be.
BMX Simulator. I mean, we
Nice.
are in the time of getting
Yeah,
all sorts of
simulators.
simulators.
Mhm.
Dude, the amount of simulators I see on the eShop,
Mhm.
ones that I can't believe exist,
Mm-hmm.
but they do. Let's see, Boulder Dash, probably not. Here we go. Bubble Bobble.
Oh yeah, that I think that one has a very
Yeah, they'll probably
good.
do something with that
Mhm.
next year.
So Sugar Dungeons comes out in December.
Yep.
And
Yep. I know about that because they sponsored a video, man. Thank you guys.
yeah, and it includes Bubble Bobble Symphony, which was only released on the Sega Saturn in Japan. I'm like, that's one I actually haven't played because I was not aware of that. And so I'm like actually hyped to play that because like there's a 2D Bubble Bobble that I didn't play back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's included for free. I'm like, okay. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I just love the cover art.
Yeah.
Bugsy, yeah.
Do you see that cover art? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think
Cover art's
Bugsy's coming
freaking
back.
Amazing.
Don't
Like
think he's going back.
Donnie Darko meets Bugsy.
Dude, was this back when like Roger Rabbit came out?
This was
Probably.
86. Roger Rabbit was 88.
Yeah.
He's a killer.
Same era, but different years.
Mhm.
Got it.
All right, Castlevania. That's obviously a
Yeah,
massive one.
Yeah, they're gonna do something.
I think they got to because, again, we've already seen this happen with Contra. They released the anniversary collection and then they released the new game. Metal Gear released the Metal Gear Solid collection. Then they released, of course, Metal Gear Solid Delta. And Castlevania, as we know, has gotten, 3 collections. The OG, the Game Boy Advance games, and then the Dominus collection for DS. They got to do something for the 40th. This is Castlevania, dude. Like, this is
a new one for the 40th. That'd be sick.
Yeah, it's a peak IP for me. I really hope they do something. I don't want something that I can only play at the casino, because that's what they've been doing.
Oh yeah, there'll be a new pachinko game next year.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, what about Chess Master 2000? Who remembers this box art?
Oh wow.
Did I play that one?
Oh man. Chiller. This was actually a cool game, and we're not gonna get a new one.
It's a light gun. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Switch 2, man. Get it on the eShop. Give us mouse controls. Boom. Cobra. No box art, but I think that's the Stallone one.
Is it?
I think so. Oh, let's see. What else we got? Deadly Towers. That was a good game. I think Nintendo had it on the Virtual Console as well on Wii.
Mm.
It might actually be on NSO. I'm not sure. That game was ahead of its time, though. Double Dribble.
We're not gonna do anything, but
Yeah.
classic.
Yep.
Back when Konami made sports games.
Played the hell out of that game.
Yeah, so did I. Let's see.
Dragon Quest.
I mean,
Of
right
course.
there.
We
Of
already
course.
have 7 reimagined coming. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there'll be a collection. They'll
Yeah.
probably drop. They'll probably even do like the 2D HD trilogy. Put them all together for a pack next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Erdrick trilogy.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense to do that. Repackage them, even though they're more recent. But
It
it means
does.
you can charge more for them.
Yeah,
But
I
no,
agree. It does.
Yeah, they're gonna do something for Dragon Quest. It's too huge, and they'd sell a shitload of anything they drop in Japan.
Yeah.
That series.
So originally released in Japan in May 1986. So obviously that's when Dragon Quest Day is. It's in May, right?
Mhm.
I presume
7?
it's. No, that's my birthday.
I don't know. Still, they're gonna do something crazy for Dragon Quest. That's like that franchise is bigger now than it's ever been.
Yeah. Agreed.
Dynamite Dan 2. Dr. Blitzen and the Islands of Arcanium. You never know.
Yeah, look, you never know with any of these. You
You're
can
right.
see surprises.
Fantasy Zone. You guys
Hidden
played this?
Zone? AutoZone?
Mhm.
No, I didn't play
No.
this one.
No.
It's a good one. It's a good one by Sega. Do we have a new Friday the 13th coming out?
No, it's the Michael Myers game that
Yeah.
is coming out.
Okay. We were just talking about this recently.
Gauntlet, please. Please.
40 years.
Gauntlet, man.
Doesn't seem that long.
Yeah, it needs to happen.
GBA Championship Basketball. But it's not for the GBA.
Never played that ever in my life.
That's tempting. Let's see.
Gladiator. Yeah.
Goonies.
The Goonies.
Goonies never say die.
So I really like, obviously we talked about this. I like Goonies on Famicom.
Yeah.
We only got Goonies 2 here in the US.
Mm-hmm.
Famicom Goonies, first time I ever played it was at Pizza Hut by our house on the Play Choice 10. It's the only place you could play it because they didn't even sell the game here. And it was confusing for all of us, of course, that lived in the US, because it's like, wait, we have a Goonies 2 game.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have Goonies 1. And where's the movie? Like, are we getting a Goonies 2 movie? And these are the things you just didn't know. There was no internet. You don't. How are you supposed to know? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was very confusing as a kid.
Yeah.
For all of us. Gumshoe?
I remember Gumshoe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe with mouse controls.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Hoops. Howard the Duck, the video. They made a game.
I mean, it came out every movie back then. What are you talking about?
That's true.
Well, they didn't make a short circuit game, and they should have.
That's true. They should
They
have.
should have.
Been such a great platformer.
No,
No, but they did have Rob the Robot. So
Yeah, that's
Close.
true. Yeah, I Am a Teacher. Super Mario sweater.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, that's for the knitting. The
Yeah.
knitting accessory for regular Nintendo for Famicom.
Yeah,
interesting.
Oh, wow.
yeah. They're not gonna even mention that. Like, shit.
Oh my god, that was the
People
box
forget that was
art.
a thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. Virtual Boy showed up. Anything's possible.
that is true.
That's a pretty
Then we're
sick
getting
box
the
art.
vitality sensor next.
Wow. Ikari Warriors, that was a good one. I got those on the NES. Oh, let's see. Oh, here's one I'd really love. You guys know I got the T-shirt.
Joust.
Mhm.
Jackal.
Jackal.
Mhm.
Mm.
You remember this NES game? You drive around a
That-
tank.
Yeah, vaguely. I think I rented this game.
It's so good. Super underrated game. Joust 2, yep. Interesting box art.
Interesting. Yeah, I was just about to say interesting box
That
art.
box art goes kind of hard.
Judge Dredd classic.
It is.
Wow. Karate Kid Part 2, the computer game. When only the winner survives. Because remember the end of the movie. It was they wanted to fight to the death.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Kid Icarus, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
bet
stop
Kid-
there. What do you think?
Icarus Uprising remake or remaster next year.
I think we could see that too.
Sakurai wants it. Make it happen.
We've talked about it. Like there's certain games that need to come over from the 3DS. They can't be stuck there forever.
Yeah.
This
Agreed.
Link Between Worlds, like there's certain games that need to come over. Those are two really big ones. I'd love to see it, man.
Mhm.
Even on the 3DS, I got the Kid Icarus NES one in 3D.
Mhm.
Loved those games. Loved how they went back and put NES games in 3D. Let's see, King's Quest.
Mhm.
This is another one similar to Bard's Tale. I could see them getting some of those out. Knight Rider.
Man, those movie titles.
Yeah.
So many
Uh,
movie games.
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth.
Have
Yeah.
There it is.
you guys played Labyrinth on Famicom? It never came out here.
I don't
Weirdest game.
think so.
Weirdest game. I wish I loved it. I don't. Very weird game. Like not as weird as Back to the Future on the NES. Because that game was extremely weird. Of course.
Mhm.
Of course we got
Of
this
course.
here.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
They're doing nothing for that one.
Yeah, right.
What about Legend of the Amazon Women?
I was gonna say,
Oh, come
I was
on.
focused
No
on the other-
boxer for that.
I was focused on the other legend of the Amazon woman. That's right. But what is the Legend of the Amazon woman?
Legendary Wings. I have this on Nintendo. Made by
There
Capcom.
it is.
Excellent game.
Oh, Wings?
Legendary Wings, yeah.
Oh my gosh, this game is so nostalgic. Every time I talk about NES games, I'm like, man, what is that one game? It's top down. You're flying, you've got angel wings, but I can never think of the game.
That's it.
Oh man, that game is golden.
Where-
It's so
That-
good. Yeah, it's just another one of those hidden gems, man, and it's by Capcom too. They're putting
Yeah,
out
so
bangers all the
good.
time during the NES era, especially. Make Your Own Murder Party. That was by look at Electronic Arts. Back when EA did weird stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
From Make Your Own Murder Party to James Pond.
Mhm. I mean,
Mappy Land. You guys play this?
oh God, I'm pretty sure I've played a Mappy game.
Yeah. That music, once you hear it, it's stuck in your head for a very long time. Good game. Are we getting Masters of the Universe movie next year?
I think so.
I think we are too. Which would make sense. 'Cause we're getting He-Man next year, the He-Man game. And you know Mattel's got all the marketing lined up for this movie. There's
Mhm.
gonna be toys everywhere. It's gonna be crazy all over again, especially if it's
Yes.
good.
There is a movie coming out next year.
Yeah.
I hope
I-
it's good. Please be good.
I just rewatched it for the first time, literally, since I was a child. I was actually rewatching it in my lead up to doing the impressions video for He-Man because I wanted to get like reacquainted with everything again. And I don't think it's that bad. It gets a lot of hate, but I'm looking forward to that. Math Rabbit. It did get the Parents' Choice Award. So
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Better celebrate that.
don't sleep on that.
40 years.
Mermaid Madness.
Not happening. Of course.
And I
See,
sadly think they'll do nothing for it.
they got to do something, man. Something. I know,
They-
and I
they
know
don't any
One
other
and
time.
two.
Yeah.
1 and 2.
makes sense. Miami Vice, the video game. That's some pretty sick box art too. The special effects there.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow, the game totally looks like that.
A OG Flight Simulator.
Hell yeah. Dude,
Crazy.
I bet you Microsoft will do something for it. There'll be some sort of
Mhm.
DLC or something they drop.
They should celebrate that. I mean, they got a lot going on, right?
Yeah.
We all know that. But it would be nice to see that. Mighty Bomb Jack, great game.
That's a good game.
Tecmo. 4 exciting endings in one game. Probably one of the first games that have multiple endings, especially for a platformer. This one's great. Classic box art.
It takes you straight back to the 80s, that box art does.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
What is Molecule Man? Okay,
No,
I don't
no.
think we're
Yeah.
gonna get that. Man, these box arts though, some of these are really good.
Mhm.
Mousetrap.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's what had to sell the game.
the 1986
That's right.
game.
Mousetrap, the video game.
That looks fun. What about
Oh,
Look at the screenshot. It's horrible.
what about movie?
Yes.
Movie the video game.
Celebrate movie the video game next year.
is Mr. Goemon the one? Oh man, please tell me. Please tell me that's Mystical Ninja.
It is.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, it's by Konami. Yeah. Legend of the I mean, maybe we'll get that on N64 NSO.
Oh man, that'd be so clean.
Yeah, that intro song too hits hard
Yeah,
on 64.
yeah.
That's another one that just gets stuck in the head forever. Okay. Different Muggsy,
Mhm.
not the bunny. Okay.
Murder on the Mississippi.
Ninja, the video game.
Ninja was good.
Nom. Ninja Kid by Bandai. You never know.
Mm-hmm. Nobunaga's Ambition has already come out.
Yep. Nuclear Nick. Some of these
Hmm.
games look really interesting. Oh,
Yeah.
here's a classic.
Yes,
Number
it is.
Number Munchers.
Number munchers.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's see.
Ogre. Yeah.
Again,
Good.
we just
Well-
saw this, Eric, remember?
Well, yeah.
At Pink Gorilla, and this is
Yeah.
one of the games I said I don't want to own, which is why
Yeah.
I don't own it, because I don't want this game.
Mhm.
It says on the box art, a minute to learn. You guys think so? I've never played it.
I've never played
game.
it, but it looks like
I-
quite the strategy game.
I've never actually played it, the video game. I played the live game, but the actual board game. But
Yeah.
it's not that hard of a. The concepts to learn is not that hard. The strategy is probably the biggest thing to pick up on.
So the box art is 100% truthful then, because it says a lifetime to master.
Yes.
And it's made by Hal.
Yeah.
Iwata might have. He might be in the credits. He was in credits for the new Ghostbusters too. Great game. Outrun.
Yes. We need more Outrun.
Oh.
That box art's great too.
Yeah.
Like it looks like a little town map that
Yeah.
you get.
Yeah.
Like when you
It
go to a
reminds
touristy
me of
place.
those. No, it reminds me of those roadmap rugs when we were kids.
Oh
yeah.
Those were always cool.
Painter Boy.
He was
Damn.
a painter boy. Said, "See you later." Wait, no, that's
Too bad no box art for that one.
right.
Penguin Adventure. That's by Konami.
Hell yeah.
So it won't get celebrated. We can move on.
It says
Oh,
the
wow.
game marks the professional debut of game designer Hideo Kojima.
Oh.
There you go.
That guarantees they won't celebrate it.
Yeah, definitely not. And it doesn't say Yu-Gi-Oh on it, so it's definitely not happening.
Pilgrim. Probably not. Wow, these box arts.
Right.
Just something else, man.
Yes. All our audio listeners have no idea.
Yeah, right.
You're missing out on
Yeah,
all
right.
the box arts.
Pro Baseball Family Stadium.
I've never played
So
it.
it was published by Tengen as RBI Baseball.
Oh, okay.
We did get RBI Baseball on Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
So you never know. Pro Wrestling.
That one's fun.
That's really fun.
That
Who
one
was
is
you?
fun.
Who was your guys' like go-to guy?
Oh, I gotta remember. I gotta go look back at the characters, but yeah.
I think mine was Starman. But sometimes I was the green guy. I think Amazon.
I gotta look back at the who were the characters? Oh, the pink guy.
Yeah,
Oh, come on. Characters.
he had that spinning kick.
Mm-hmm.
That
Nope.
this game was a lot of fun. I got a lot of playtime.
Oh yeah,
at my house.
Starman. Yep. Hayabusa, Starman, Kincorn Karn, Giant Panther, the Amazon, and King Slender.
Slender.
Amazon.
I think it was. I think it was between Amazon and Starman that I was mostly playing.
Yeah, they were the coolest. They're also the weirdest.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get any Rambo.
That would be dope. I don't think so though.
It would be dope. Rampage would be as well.
Oh, now Rampage on the other hand, I think would be a really good one.
Rampage.
Mhm.
Come on, man.
I wonder who owns. I know it was Midway. I don't know what the situation's like there. Any of these old IPs, like I'm always looking to see who owns it now. Right?
Mhm.
They've changed, like Bubble Bobble, Double Dragon. So many of these games have changed hands so many times.
Yeah.
That's one I'd love to see.
Warner Bros. Owns Rampage right now.
Oh yeah, didn't they make a movie?
Oh yeah, because they made a movie. Wasn't that with The Rock? Was that?
I think
is that what I'm
so.
thinking of that? Yeah.
So
Did you guys watch it?
No.
I have
I
not
didn't
seen
either.
I wanted
So,
to.
I just want to go back and play some more Redneck Rampage. Dude, that one was so good.
I remember the one that you're talking about. Yeah.
You go look it up. You'll see. You'll remember.
Did you guys play Rolling Thunder
Oh God, yeah.
The game
Yeah.
was so good.
by Namco? Yeah. Rupert and the Ice Castle.
Oh, brings back memories.
I didn't play that one. Rygar though. Rygar was on PS2, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
They had done a full 3D one. 40 years for that. Samantha Fox strip poker.
Ooh. There we
Yeah.
go.
Oh.
Gotta bring that one back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We had some
That's
uncovered
definitely coming
footage that
back.
wasn't featured in the game.
Dang. Can we get some gameplay?
I remember, if I remember right, that game there was that was one of those that the strip poker is an actual like video file.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Wait, how do I know this?
Yeah. You're right.
Look, I rented things when my parents weren't around.
It looks like she is still alive.
Interesting. I'll have to look that up later. Okay. Salamander.
Yeah.
Which is also Life Force, right? That just came out though, pretty much. I think that's being celebrated already with Gradius Origins. That just came out like last month.
Mm.
Because it had a new Salamander game on there. I actually have it over here from Limited Run. Because they literally made a new game, Salamander 3. Just like they did with what was it? Haunted Castle. Revisit it on the Castlevania Dominus collection. Like they actually made a whole new game for that collection. So I think that's already been celebrated. I'm gonna count that as already done here.
Scooby Doo.
Maybe. I don't know if there's anything new coming out in the movie scene for that.
No.
Side Pocket. I don't think we're getting any new pool games. Slalom, I'd love to see.
Oh yeah, that would be nice.
Mhm.
I feel like any snowboarder game at this point would be nice because that's not something we do anymore.
Yeah. Rare made this as well. I have the shirt. I got a shirt of this made. I like literally love this game, so I would love to see it.
Mhm.
But it's rare. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone keeps leaving. I feel like every time I'm on Twitter, someone new leaves who's been there for like 30 years.
Right.
Soldier Girl Amazon.
Nope.
Not if you
No.
get the other Amazon woman game. Yeah.
I didn't know there was a third Spy vs. Spy.
The hell is Squoon?
Squoon?
Oh, I remember this game. Yeah. This
never
was really similar to what is it? The fantasy game by Sega. Fantasy Zone. Very similar.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Stadium events. The game that if you find this anywhere, it'll make you probably a millionaire, right?
Something like that.
Yep. Let's see.
Yeah, any condition, guys. Just sear it into your memory. Any condition worth a lot of money.
Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels.
Yeah.
Super Pitfall. Maybe. I think it was Activision who had this. I can't remember now.
Yeah, I don't know who has it. They haven't done one in a long time.
We're probably not getting one. Realistically.
Yeah.
3 weeks in paradise.
We've been spending most our lives living in 3 weeks of paradise.
Thunder Chopper. You got to get that just for the name.
Or Thunder Scepter or Thunder Castle.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The whole Thunder series. You better have that.
I have this game on NES. Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Oh, that game.
I played
Let
the hell out of
me
that game.
let me tell you, that is probably the only game where I've actively got stuck on the first level because I could never land right.
Dude, landing is so hard.
I did too.
Dude, I got so excited when I landed. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
3 years of crashing. I finally landed.
Transformers got 3 games in 86.
Really?
Huh. Interesting.
Trapdoor. Interesting. Trojan.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Trojan Man for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
I'm like, wait a second, what? There was a condom game back then? I wouldn't be surprised.
Ultima. That's obviously long running series. I can't remember when the last one was that came out though, but like Ultima, Bard's Tale, King's Quest,
Mm-hmm.
you know, those PC games that had quite the following. I feel like all those games could possibly see re-release.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Is this franchise really that old? Zoid the Battle Begins? No way. This can't be the same Zoids.
This one was developed by the
is.
Electric Pencil Company.
Wow. Based on the Zoids toy series. That is crazy. It was like Power Rangers was already cool, but it was like the taking animals and making them robots. Oh man. To this day, Zoids Battle Legends is one of the greatest Zoid games on the GameCube. That game is an absolute classic, and the anime is like stood the test of time. But yeah, that's crazy. If they bring that back as a 40th anniversary, I think if it's not Tomy, it is.
Oh, good old Tommy.
I can't remember who co-owned them, but man, yeah, that would be huge for me.
I gotta say, I didn't play Zoids on GameCube, so now you got me. Like anytime someone tells me about an old game that I didn't play, I get excited.
I think I have it. I have it. Hold on.
All right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This
Empire Killer.
Oh, hold on. Let me ungreen screen so I can properly show you. Here we go. Yeah, that's the
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Zoids.
I don't even remember seeing that box art.
Very good game. Very good game. Yeah.
Oh, now I'm gonna have to play it. Thank you. I appreciate it. No, I do.
Absolutely.
Let's see. So obviously this is just Castlevania. Japanese version. Let's see. Victory Road. Also known as Akari Warriors 2. I have that on NES. Volleyball.
Interesting.
I like a good volleyball game.
Beach Spikers. GameCube. Excellent volleyball game.
Yeah.
Made by the same I think same team that did Virtua Tennis. Carmen San Diego.
Oh, we're in.
Yeah, classic.
Carmen San Diego.
Yeah, right. Doesn't roll off
Winter
the tongue at all.
Olympics.
We just had a recent game come out for that.
We
last
did.
year.
Yeah. Wonder Boy. We did have a Wonder Boy come out on PS5, and it's a very nice looking game. Came out on Switch as well. Wonder Boy is more popular than Alex Kidd, like as far as Sega is concerned, and I think it scored very well. I think it actually sold quite well. We might actually get a Wonder Boy game for the 40th. I would not be surprised on that one. Writer Rabbit. No box art? Come on. Oh, there it is. Critics' Choice Award. So the other one was The Parents. This one the critics are raving about.
Yeah. That's your goatee right there, guys.
Yeah, right.
Right.
It says, come to my party.
Yabba dabba doo.
You know, the Flintstones games on NES were actually really good. Oh, you know what? I just saw, I think on Twitter yesterday, they're making a new Flintstones.
Oh, nice.
And then I saw today, they're making a new Jetsons movie
Oh, really?
with Jim Carrey as George.
Huh. Yep.
Oh, I like it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That'd
like
be
it.
fun. I think that's it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
man, that's a good long list of games, though. Holy cow!
Unfortunately, I'm not seeing a 40th celebration for Nintendo Prime on that list anywhere.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, dude. Well,
Yeah.
you can join in on one of the celebrations, right?
Join in.
With Zelda.
We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, I got Mario with my 40th
yeah.
and
you
the
did.
NES, which is awesome, but you get Zelda, which is awesome too,
Yeah.
right? Like, there's no saying one's better than the other. Those
Or
are
you
the
can
best
do it
games.
with you can do it with Metroid, since you don't think they'll properly celebrate it. At least they celebrated you.
And Prime is in my name.
You know.
No, we can ignore that. Yeah, I have no idea. Obviously, guys, I'm going to celebrate my 40th on the channel something next year, but I don't know what I want to tie to it. Like Zelda makes the most sense because it's my favorite IP as well.
Yeah.
Kind of ironic that also came out the same year. There's a lot of good games. There's a lot. And that's like every year. I mean, we went through all the console launches earlier for Nintendo and how many great games there were every console launch. Dude, just start going year by year. You can't even keep count today. Look at Stash's video for like all the games that came out this year. You can't even keep up right now.
I can't. I'm trying so hard too, and like just working a crazy amount of hours, and you know, it's a lot. I don't even know. Like I could do it if it was one console,
Mm-hmm.
but the fact that like it's multiple consoles, right? I'm playing everything. It's like, yeah, this is nuts. That I'm basically telling everyone I'm busy until like prior week before Christmas. And then I gotta get my house all dialed in for Christmas to host Christmas Eve and Christmas with dad's side on Christmas Eve, mom's side on Christmas. So it's like, I mean, also I got to try and watch Stranger Things, right?
Oh yeah, because that's the thing.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve. We've been rewatching it before we go to bed from the beginning. Because I mean, it's been forever.
The show's so
Better that than The Witcher.
Yeah. We didn't watch it.
It was good all the way until now.
Because of the cast change?
Yeah, I just saw the trailer and I was like, I was gonna give it a real good, like a real shot, and I'm
when he
like,
dropped the F-bomb, I stopped for a second.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like, that is not.
that's not him.
Dude, I read the books. That's not.
at all.
No, he would never have used that word. Oh, why? How could you get it right for 3 straight? And I know, Henry Cavill was big on, hey, let's stick faithful to the books, and
Right.
so he might have been the one pushing. Like he would have probably never allowed that F-bomb to fly if he was still doing the character. But
Yeah.
so now I'm like, okay, do I watch it because this might be the final season that wraps up the story, or do I say fuck you? You ruined my favorite character. Not the actor's fault, by the way. I'm not blaming them.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's
It's a good
unfortunately
actor.
unfortunate he walked into that, but
Mr. Pnug in my chat, he had mentioned earlier he was leaving to go to
Okay.
the midnight launch.
Yep.
And he said he's in Clearwater, Florida. He's in line. There's 75 people in line right now.
nice.
Whew, I wonder I wonder what
That's
the
pretty
line.
cool.
Yeah, dude, that's like a Switch 2 level line.
Yeah.
It's good to see. I'm just happy that people are going out and doing this because, like, the old heads are going to be there, right?
Yeah.
Because we have nostalgia for this, we miss it. But like when I went for the Switch 2 launch, there was tons of young kids like really excited to go do this, like for the first time.
Mhm.
It was just good to see. So I hope. Funk Volume says he's in line in Utah right now. There's about 40 people there.
Nice.
Great to see. I'm just glad everyone's going. You
Good
know,
stuff.
that is.
Awesome. We're ready to get to the Q&A stuff?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Joey Pitts says, make a Nintendo R-rated. How would you? Make a Nintendo game R-rated.
I mean, there's a couple. Bayonetta.
Yeah. But they're probably talking about Nintendo owned IP, I'm assuming. Like take one and like take one like a Zelda or Mario. How would you
I
make
was
it?
gonna say Zelda would be ridiculously easy, same as Metroid. I mean, Link, a sword, a lot of blood, a lot of guts. I almost feel like it really kind of is already anyway. They just really just gloss over like
they
all
don't
that stuff.
Rain blood everywhere. That's how they get away with it.
Yeah.
They
Somebody
explode
drops a
in the
couple
poop.
F-bombs, That's a huge monster.
Fuck.
You throw Sam Jackson in there, and you're all set to go.
Love Sam.
That's hilarious.
I could agree with that. Like, I think Metroid definitely, they're all violent enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord.
Dude, I feel like you want to make like Ring Fit Adventure R-rated. Well, then it's got to be Ring Fit like Strip Adventure. You complete your workout, some clothing comes off. You see things, bada bing, bada boom.
Right. Ridiculous.
There's your rated R. All the motivation you need to complete your workout today.
Let's
Okay,
get you fit. Let's get you ring fit.
Oh Lord. Oh boy. Oh man. So I did a Google search of making a Nintendo IP and making it rated R by changing one word in the title. And this is what the AI overview came up with. Actually, this one's pretty decent. Luigi's Mansion Isolation. So the Luigi explores a haunted mansion to rescue Mario, a psychological horror game focusing on Luigi's fear and paranoia as he is trapped alone in a sprawling, eerie mansion, dealing with his own anxieties and unsettling atmosphere rather than direct combat.
Bro, throw in sanity effects from
Yeah,
Eternal
right.
Darkness.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
nice.
Might
That would
have
be good.
something here.
Yeah, Pikmin Desolation. Olimar explores a planet with plant-like creatures. A survival strategy game set on desolate post-apocalyptic planet. The player must manage scarce resources and face harsh environmental challenges while trying to keep their Pikmin alive and find a way to escape. The mature rating comes from the themes of despair, loss, and the struggle for survival in a bleak world. All right. Star Fox Betrayal. a team of anthropomorphic animals in space combat. Okay, a political thriller set in Star Fox universe. The story centers around espionage, double crossing, and moral compromises the teams must make in a galaxy on the brink of war. The focus is on complex character relationships, difficult decisions, and the harsh realities of intergalactic conflict and political intrigue. Interesting. Yeah. Another one here, Metroid Origins. Deep dive into Samus Aran's backstory and the traumatic events that shaped her into a bounty hunter. The game explores the themes of loss, revenge, and the psychological impact of her encounters with the dangerous alien life forms and the space pirates. The mature rating comes from the exploration of trauma and darker aspects of her universe.
Don't lie. The mature rating comes from the bikini she wears in the original.
Right.
Come on.
Then the last one here, Legend of Zelda Legacy, a historical drama set in a pivotal era of Hyrule's past. The game would focus on political struggles, betrayals, and the harsh realities of war that shaped the kingdom, told through multiple characters' perspectives. The mature rating would come from complex narrative themes, moral ambiguity, and more realistic depiction of conflict and its consequences.
But not from unsheathing a master sword.
Nope.
See, this.
Yep.
They have it all wrong. That's why you can't trust AI.
Yep.
That's what
I mean. There was a few that were pretty decent concepts.
The unsheathing of the master sword.
Yeah,
dude, I got a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, first off, I was just looking at my games and I thought this would be a funny sequel. I kid you not, I had no idea that this happened or that there's a story here. So I typed in Mike Tyson's prison punch out. And I got this story. It says the term Mike Tyson's prison punch out refers to an incident where Mike Tyson knocked out another inmate who was a gang leader, and he challenged him in prison. Tyson stated that he hit the man after being provoked, and the single punch ended the confrontation, establishing his dominance and ensuring he was not challenged again.
I mean,
dude,
why are you challenged in the first place?
This game would be badass. It says the setup. As a former heavyweight champion, Tyson was a target for inmates trying to prove themselves. And it says the confrontation. One inmate verbally provoked Tyson, who initially remained calm. The situation escalated to a physical confrontation initiated by another inmate. And then Tyson responded with a single punch, knocking the inmate unconscious.
Oh, wow.
Sounds believable.
Dude, so badass. That would be such a cool game. I can't believe someone hasn't done like a ROM hack of that.
Yeah, right.
For real. How cool would that be? Oh my God. That's what I want right there. There's your R-rated Nintendo game. And I've already been pushing Nintendo to bring back Mike Tyson. He's cleaned up his act.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get him another game.
Mm-hmm. All right. Demonic Roller, I find it funny that people always talk junk about Nintendo games, but how they look, but yet the most sold game ever is made up of nothing but 8-bit squares. What?
Yep.
Minecraft or Tetris?
Right.
I don't know which one's at the top anymore. Yeah, people like to talk shit.
It's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
really good point.
It's just as the days, as the pages turn in the book.
Mm-hmm.
The Mario Brawler, the Thunderstash. I've been playing Yuka Replay nonstop on Switch 2. It's a 9 out of 10.
The game's so good. It's so good. I got so much enjoyment out of it. The soundtrack is just nonstop bangers. Again, it feels like you're playing a game in 2025 from peak Rare. So like mid to late 90s Rare. It feels like they bottled up that development team and then made this game. Yeah, there's no better way I think I know of to explain how good they did. Easy recommendation. Glad you're enjoying it.
All right. Venny, favorite game soundtrack to streak to?
The punch out in between
Yeah,
when you
training.
go up series, the training montage.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one. Oh my god. Oh man. I don't know if I can come up with a better one than that. That
I was
good.
thinking the Wave Race 64 theme.
I mean, I don't know if it counts as a soundtrack, but there's always the opening chest sound when you get a new item in Zelda.
How about how about the Wii Sports theme?
Oh, okay.
That's a
mean,
pretty
since-
good one.
Right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a pretty good one.
And yeah.
Nothing's more classic than original Mario.
That would be really funny. Oh, I hear the original Mario thing. Ah, streaking again. Somebody take it.
Close your eyes.
Oh god, you could just run really fast to Sonic's Green Hill Zone.
Oh, the original Green Hill Zone, yeah. Demonic Brawler. Then he did it, everybody. We're going streaking. We sure did.
Hell yeah.
Then Demonic Brawler, bring back
Hell yeah.
NFL Blitz, NBA Jam, and NHL Hoots.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, EA. Come on, man.
And hurry it up.
Shareholders don't make the rules anymore.
Yeah, don't make me get Saudi Arabia on the phone quick. I'm Nintendo.
I would not be
It's
surprised
no
if
big
they.
deal. We go ping them up, hit them up, let them know.
I wouldn't be surprised if they want that. Would not at all. Would you
What?
be surprised if they didn't want NBA Jam to be brought back and Blitz?
I have no idea, to be honest. But they should do it.
Yeah,
They should do it.
that would be the smart
Should do
move.
it. Demonic Brawler. Okay, this is not Pokemon related, but I'm throwing it out there. What if Tears of the Kingdom? It's a Master Mode DLC for the Switch 2 edition as part of the 40th anniversary. Let's will it into existence, people.
I mean, didn't Breath of the Wild kind of get that?
Yeah, Breath of the Wild had the Master Mode, but Tears of the Kingdom doesn't.
It's not out of the park that it wouldn't. I mean, I feel like it's kind of too late for it, but and I think they already said that they weren't doing any. But all that aside, yeah, that would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, we're trying to will it into existence.
Mhm.
Well, the reality is,
You're right.
literally the first two people that talked, just massive doubt on this ever being a thing.
It'll happen one day. They'll come back and say, "We forgot something." That's right,
Right.
Master Mode.
Surprise.
Oh, this one made me cry when this one came in. A red, blue, yellow on NSO part of the leak.
Yeah,
No.
unfortunately not, and it's never
Yeah.
going to happen. Sorry,
They're never putting the mainline games on NSO. It's just
no, too much money to be
I
had.
hate 'cause it's such like a heartbreaker. It's like, oh, if they're gonna do it, it's in this leak, and yeah, if they were gonna do it, it would be in this leak, and it's not.
Yeah,
Sorry, I hate bad news like that. Plucky69, when do we get Luigi Mansion's GameCube?
Yeah, we talked about that.
yeah.
You know,
Hopefully, it'll be this in the coming weeks. Would be nice.
it makes sense for it to come out, in time for Halloween. Mina's no longer there. I think out of respect, Nintendo would probably not want to release Luigi's Mansion or do anything to take away from Mina, especially being an
Yeah.
indie, being Yacht Club. They have a great relationship with Nintendo. They've been in the directs. So now that is open, but also it's the Mario Brothers 40th anniversary. It's not just Mario; it's the Mario Brothers. So
Yeah.
yeah, it makes sense.
All right. And then Switch After Dark. Soprano style look at Bowser juggling his dysfunctional family and being a dictator while hiding, talking to his therapist, the Koopas.
Yes.
I don't know what the fuck I just read, but I liked it.
Is that the rated R version of Bowser game?
That's got to be.
Gotta
That's
be.
a good one. That's a good
That
one.
is a good one.
All right, guys, let's go around the room. Let people know what we got going on and where they can find us. Starting with our guest, Sandstorm McDowell.
All right, I am Sandstorm McDowell. If you don't know, now you know. Yeah, you can find me on the Sandstorm show, Sandstorm Rebirth show specifically. With me, my co-host Geronimo and Trey Vito. Also, you see Action Jack on here. He's also part of the Sandstorm show, as well as the Winging It podcast. So make sure you guys go over there and check those out. Shadow Fox, another friend of the show, is also on there, and also on the Joe podcast. This week, I will tell you, I will spoil it for you because I spoiled it earlier. But this week, we will be talking about Pokemon Za, if you will, our authentic feelings about Za. Like I said, I don't know anything about the game as far as leaks and stuff like that. So if you want the most purest impressions of the game, make sure you guys show up on Saturday at 7:00. Also, I'm announcing this here. I was actually gonna wait. Shout outs to Boom Mini because she asked, I think the last time I was in the chat. I told her I had something special to announce. But over the weekend, I got engaged to a Miss Jess Brooks. Yeah. So yeah, shout outs to me.
Congrats.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
So the Sandman is off the list, even though I was never on the list. So yeah. I appreciate it to everybody. But yeah, you can lastly find me on Twitter at Sandstorm Deacon, DEA, Sandstorm McD. Yeah, I cause a whole lot of controversy and then I hide in the shadows and then come back and cause a whole lot of anarchy again. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you can find me here and then on our Clips channel.
Heck yeah. Thunderstash.
Yep. So you guys can find me, you know where, Thunderstash Gaming on YouTube and on Twitter, Thunderstash YT. And what I'm working on, right? So obviously it's a lot of stuff, a lot of games for review, chipping away at a lot. There's some older ones in there, and then there's some newer ones, and then there's ones that aren't out yet that I can't talk about. And there's a good handful of those. And those are the ones that I'll be working to make embargo on and actually get them out in time. So just stay tuned. Tomorrow also I have a Switch 2 third-party Pro controller that I reviewed. Michaela and I did. They sent both of us a controller, different ones. Really cool controllers. A lot of tech in there. Joysticks, very nice. TMR sticks. So, and the price is nice. So you want to check that out if you're looking to get extra controllers. And then, outside of that, I got the projector screen that I'm working on doing, the motorized projector screen review that I've been gaming on. And then I got my custom build to do of my Switch 2 from Extreme Rate, which I think I mentioned it before, but I got the Atomic Purple kit and I got the D-pad kit. So I will be replacing my left Joy-Con buttons with a D-pad. Just, I got to carve out time to actually take my Switch 2 apart that I'm using to play games for review.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'm Nintendo Prime. You know what's up. I cover daily news. our guests next week, we have coming on Sumbro Nation and Favlam.
Nice.
So we got pretty good show next week. Probably some pretty great topics. Kind of a great week to have some Pokemon people on.
Yeah.
Considering what we're going to be talking about next week. So yeah, for me, you can follow me everywhere that Nintendo Prime is at. Twitter, YouTube, just type Nintendo Prime. It's me. Heck, you can type Nintendo Prime in your little GIF thing, and you'll get some Nintendo Prime GIFs. I've made it. I'm now officially on GIFs worldwide that I have no control over. I wonder who I could sue for taking my likeness.
I'm scared. To even attempt to
Nah, it's just like one of me saying like "fuck off," and then
fair enough.
me getting really excited with the hands.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, guys. You can check out our podcast audio wise everywhere audio can be heard. Of course, Spotify is our main host for it, but Apple Podcasts, all the places. You guys can go ahead and check that out if you want to look for it. Otherwise, this is the Nintenbyte Podcast, Season 3, Episode 22. Signing out.
Later.
Peace.
Good night.
Hey.